And we are live. Hey, everybody, this is Word of Blake. Hope you create something awesome today. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be doing another Monetization Monday. Excuse me real quick. Yeah, we're doing another Monetization Monday, and we're streaming here on YouTube Live, LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live, Twitch.com, Kick.com, and X.com, formerly Twitter, thanks to our good friends over at Streamyard. So today, we're actually going to be doing what the title says. We're going to talk about how to diversify your YouTube channel more or less in every niche. And excuse me, I feel like this one is actually pretty impactful. I'm going to also cover some of the general things you need to know as a YouTube content creator for growth in my slides here. But a lot of what we're going to do is actually we're going to focus on some channels that you may or may not be familiar with, and we're going to break down the revenue streams. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to be covering the main niches in YouTube. It's not going to be every sub niche, because then we'll be here for 3 hours, and not 3 hours. We'll be here for 30 hours, and I really only want to be here for maybe 2 to 3 to cover this and to make it digestible and to clip it later. So the thing is, and by the way, entertainment itself is not a niche of YouTube. It's a type of creator you can be, but it's not really a niche. A lot of people misunderstand what a niche is. The way I'm going to do this, though, is I'm going to not get into nitty gritty niches. I'm going to use an example of the 15 categories that YouTube has. And then we're going to get into like kind of a expression of that as a niche. And then we'll go from there. And it'll be the main ones people care about. It'll be vlogging, gaming, and the main stuff people care about. Thank you to Larry from Home Rapid Repair for gifting 10 Roberto Blake memberships. That is extremely generous, my friend. So thank you very much. Appreciate you. That is wild. Yeah, and for anybody, the channel members, you get some of the exclusives. I'm going to be doing some more of those coming up soon. Just a little bit behind with some life stuff. But you do have access, if you get that, to 100 exclusive videos. So make sure you're checking those out. A lot of them are actually very, very good. Some of them are unedited interviews. You get all kinds of cool stuff. So I'm going to start with a really successful vlogging channel, if I can, just to kind of illustrate a point. So I'm going to share my screen here with all of you. And I'll get to our sponsors in a minute. Let's see. So I'm gonna, this is a vlogging channel. Some of you may be familiar with. This is a vlogging channel. It's Judy's Life. And this is my friends, Judy and Benji Travis. Now, they're a famous YouTube couple. OG YouTubers, have been around forever. A lot of the female creators in the space, I'm sure at some point you've probably watched Judy Travis from It's Judy's Life and It's Judy Time. And so this is Judy and Benji Travis. They've been OG creators for well over 10 years, I believe, maybe more, probably close to 15 years now that I think about it. Very successful vloggers, 4 children, great story, multiple YouTube channels. Okay, multiple YouTube channels. So they're out in Seattle. I've actually done a lot of collaboration and interview stuff with Benji in the past, as well as Sean Cannell. But to give you an example of the different monetization methods for family vloggers, and this will apply to vloggers as well as lifestyle vloggers in general. So family vloggers, lifestyle vloggers, vlogging couples, this will matter for you, and you guys want to kind of keep kind of a running tab here on what I'm saying. So there are a couple of ways that these channels monetize. Obviously, these channels monetize with AdSense, and they post frequently, and the AdSense revenue can be very, very good overall. Now, for this channel, lifetime views are significant, 1 billion lifetime views. So as you can imagine, very good money there, very good. So with 1 billion lifetime views, You have to imagine that that's very good money from the ad revenue, but that is over the course of a number of years. Now, a channel with that level of success and 1 million subscribers clearly can do very well with ad revenue, but a lot of you will also forget that there are people who are subscribed to YouTube Premium, and we get really good YouTube Premium revenue, believe it or not, on the back end. And to give you kind of an understanding of this, we'll go and we'll do lifetime earnings on my channel to just kind of give you a way to kind of put this into perspective. So on my channel, I have 40 million lifetime views. 1 billion would be significantly more than that. Yeah, 1 billion would be significantly more than that. About 250 times more, I think. Yeah, I think it'd be, yeah, if I have 40 million, no, I think that's, let's see, 20 times, okay, maybe, yeah, 25 times more, maybe 25 times more. So significant earnings there, at least in terms of ad revenue. Now, something you need to take into consideration is YouTube Premium revenue. So YouTube Premium revenue is paid based on watch time from members of the YouTube Premium membership. So it's basically, if you pay YouTube Premium, it's a certain amount of money per month. It's like $15 per month to watch YouTube ad free. Now, out of all of my money, I've actually earned 13 grand from YouTube Premium when it was implemented. So that's actually pretty good. So again, you have YouTube ad revenue, you have YouTube Premium revenue, but also, of course, there's going to be brand deals and sponsorships. So for vlogging channels like this, they can do very well with that. But also affiliate revenue from the Amazon influencer program works extremely well for family channels, channels that involve couples, lifestyle, women's lifestyle and beauty, even men's lifestyle. Both do extremely well on Amazon affiliate revenue, plus direct affiliate links from the manufacturer. And now YouTube Shopping has affiliate revenue as well. So you've got sponsorships and affiliate revenue. You've got YouTube ad revenue. You've got YouTube Premium revenue there going on in the background as well. So all of these are extremely lucrative. But when you have a lifestyle and blogging channel, you also have the ability to monetize other platforms that people are very invested in when it comes to your life and your family. Even other members of your family can spin off YouTube channels as well. And in Judy's case, she also has a beauty channel that's extremely successful. So this lets us move into yet another niche of YouTube out of the 15 or 20 niches we're going to cover. So on to number 2 already. So the thing is, with a beauty channel like this, and Judy was one of the OG beauty creators from way back in the day on YouTube from 16 years ago. So Judy Travis has been doing this longer than most, and doing it successfully, is well known and an icon in the industry. So she was one of the first to do really solid, well-produced, consistent beauty tutorials on YouTube 16 years ago. So this, just like vlogging, does lend itself to affiliate marketing and brand deals. But obviously the affiliate marketing revenue on beauty and lifestyle is much better than just if you were doing lifestyle only. So if you get the double dip there, it's incredibly powerful, especially with a female audience and that consumer base. And Amazon products, very easy for people to buy, look at the reviews, and so on and so forth. And you also get credit in the Amazon influencer program for everything else that they put in their cart after they click on your link, not just the things that you promoted. So massive ability to do volume when it comes to Amazon, which is another reason people like the Amazon influencer program and do the Amazon affiliate through that. So great opportunity there in the beauty space. Beauty space also has a lot of direct-to-manufacturer affiliate deals as well. Multiple brand deals, long-term partnerships are in play there, on top of ad revenue and YouTube Premium revenue. So very good to diversify there. Now, there are other creators that go into the beauty niche and then they develop their own products or a partnership licensing agreement with royalties on the back end to develop their own beauty brushes, their own palettes, and so on and so forth. So you've seen people develop their own palettes, but you've also seen people like Tati Westbrook build out their own beauty line directly in their own manufacturing around that, which is very hard, very expensive to do, but getting cheaper and cheaper every day. But a lot of people go to a white label model working directly with a manufacturer. Same thing happens in tech products and accessories as well. So again, multiple lucrative opportunities with affiliate marketing, brand deals, product manufacturing, licensing directly. Not great for a digital product opportunity, if we're being honest. And I don't believe that Judy did really any live streaming, or not a lot of it, with her beauty channel or the vlogging channel. So not particularly relevant there. So she also did a Spanish channel, which also is another opportunity. So that's having all of her beauty videos dubbed in Spanish. This is an opportunity that a lot of creators are overlooking, is that when you're in niches like beauty, there are consumer products, and in tech that also lend themselves to global distribution on those product lines, then it's kind of worth it in those niches to have channels that are in multiple languages. The same is true for faceless channels. Same is true for faceless channels. So I want to show you a channel that started out doing certain videos, and this is in the self-help niche, which technically you could put in either education category or people in vlogs. There are 15 categories in YouTube, so we're kind of using individual channels to represent those categories and finding a niche within those categories. And so one of them that I've always enjoyed is Charisma on Command. They don't post a lot lately, and they don't necessarily need to, but they were also one of the early YouTube channels to publish in multiple languages. They also are one of the smart channels that also started adding their stuff to Facebook and getting the monetization and ad revenue from Facebook as well. So they also opened Charisma University, which lends itself to the digital product side. So the monetization in the self-help space. If you go into self-help content, then it's YouTube ad revenue. There is potential for some affiliate revenue with Amazon on the books and with the Audible affiliate program that gives $15 commissions for free signups to Audible. So that could actually be very lucrative. A lot of people don't realize that. That's a little different than the Amazon version of that bounty program for the signups, but where it's $5 for the free trials. But Audible, as its own website, has a $15 commission for free trials. So that's a little different. So that could be more lucrative. When you have a large channel like this in the self-help space, then that ends up being very powerful in terms of a potential revenue source for passive income through affiliate, through Audible. And then, of course, obviously, there's Amazon for the books as well. So you have sponsorship, ad revenue, YouTube premium revenue, of course. But then they have their Charisma on Command, Charisma University, where they sell digital download products and courses. And on top of that, they have multiple channels for this in multiple languages. So this is actually really good for them in monetization. And they were early to that, getting multiple channels monetized in multiple languages. They did that before Mr. Beast ever did. They did that with Charisma on Command before Mr. Beast ever did, by years and years and years. By the time they were doing it in 2016, 2017, I think Mr. Beast had only just gotten to 100,000 subscribers by then and wasn't the huge deal he is today. So that's another very good example. If we go into the automotive niche, on
today's episode, we're going to get rid of that stupid egg yolk looking glass incandescent ugly bulb. We're going to replace it.
Now, Chris doesn't really do uploads anymore. He's kind of moved on to a lot of other things and his physical business. But Chris has done very well for himself and gotten to 100,000 subscribers. Now, in the automotive niche, there's a lot of direct manufacturer opportunities, both for brand deals and for affiliate, if you work directly with the manufacturers. And a lot of people don't realize that physical products actually have very good potential for margin on affiliate deals in high-end niches where the customer has to be affluent to participate in the hobby. Automotive and motorcycles is like that. And it's actually a very lucrative category on YouTube. And I've coached a couple of different creators in this niche, including Flyride, Chevy Dude, and Match Rev TV. So those would be 3 creators I've coached in the automotive niche. I think Chevy Dude might be at 1 million subscribers. Flyride, obviously, to 100,000 with Chris here. And then I believe Rev Match TV is probably, I think, at about 80,000 subscribers. So the opportunities here are you can actually promote a brick and mortar business that you have that's related to things like customization, a detailing shop, an automotive customization or repair shop that you might have. So you have your direct business in the automotive niche that you can promote. Or if you do like custom parts and mods, you can promote that niche. You can promote that shop. So you might have a physical shop you can promote. So service-based business. You might have your own mods or products. So that's direct to consumer right there with a physical product. This is probably not going to lend itself well to digital products or courses at all, not typically. You're going to obviously get ad revenue and YouTube premium revenue, direct partnership deals with manufacturers, as well as affiliate for that and affiliate for Amazon with the Amazon Influencer Program. That's how you're going to diversify in this particular niche. You also could get paid, depending on how well you do, to participate in events and to participate in car shows, conferences, and things like Import Tuner and things like that if you follow that particular hobby. So you can do trade shows and events, and you might be able to do panels, speaker fees, get involved there, travel fees, get involved there, and the brands pay for it. So there's a direct opportunity there. There's also obviously ambassadorships that are a form of brand collaboration that you could do. Crowley asks, how long after creating a new channel should one focus on monetization revenue? You could think of it with a day zero approach, and you could start, this is Monetization Monday here. You could start with brand deals and things like that in mind. And I'm saying in mind. I'm not saying you're making money at day zero. I'm saying you could start with the business in mind from day one if you're doing this as a business. This stream and Monetization Mondays, I'll be honest with y'all, it's not really for hobby creators who want to do YouTube to have fun. It's really not. It's really for YouTubers who want to build a career, want to build a business, want to go full time, want to make 60, 100,000, $250,000 a year. That's really who this is more geared toward. It's not really for someone who's just here to have fun. You can watch these streams if you're a hobby creator and you want to make a little bit of extra money on the side, but the advice is not really suited for somebody whose main priority is to have fun on YouTube or to become famous on YouTube. My advice is really geared a lot more towards someone who wants to treat this like a career and a job. Yeah, we've got Laurent Sergev here, another creator educator, also a fellow former alumni of Awesome Creator Academy with a successful channel in the tech space. So yeah, Laurent says, Roberto, agree. Underrated opportunity is live events where a brand wants to have you at their booth, give a talk to their audience. Yep, absolutely. And I've made thousands upon thousands of dollars doing that. It works out very well when you can put yourself in that position. So start with the end in mind. Start with the end in mind. Living That Florida Life says, I have the same idea. When is it good to start memberships? Look, you can start your memberships as soon as you hit the YouTube monetization requirements. Nothing stops you from doing that. But the thing is, what is your plan? So the timing around doing any of these things is only going to be dictated really by, do you have a plan? Do you know how you're going to create value? Do you know how you're going to offer value? I know people who've pre-sold brand partnerships, but they had real world social proof and real accomplishments. So selling themselves wasn't really selling the stats of their YouTube channel. I've known people to start YouTube channels and podcasts from before they've ever started with the interviews recorded but not edited and lined up. But that's because they had real world accomplishments and real world success that they could use. Social proof would give you an advantage there. Now, the average YouTuber doesn't start with any social proof. The average YouTuber doesn't have any real world accomplishments. The average YouTuber isn't a D1 athlete, doesn't have a degree in psychology, hasn't passed the bar like our good friend Emily D. Baker, friend of the channel. You have a better chance, honestly, of monetizing on day zero if you have real world social proof, like real world accomplishments. You're a best-selling author, you're a noted psychologist, or you passed the bar, you have a legal degree, you have legal expertise, you are a surgeon like Dr. Chris Rayner in the medical field. You have something that would make you an authority. Or again, on the entertainment side, are you a stand-up comedian who's actually done stuff at the Laugh Factory, even if you're a rookie? You know, like, okay, that would be something, at least in terms of real world social proof. Oh, I'm a stand-up comedian in real life. If you're a stand-up comedian in real life and you go on stages, you have something other people don't have. So there's a reason for a sponsor to pay attention to you and to care, even when you don't have the following yet. So there are ways to pre-sell a relationship, but most of you don't qualify to pre-sell a relationship because most of you don't have real world proof without your YouTube channel. So you have to consider that. Ethan Bishop says, Roberto, do you think that channel focusing on both politics and animal rights at the same time that combines the topics can get very popular? I honestly think, Ethan, that you really have to pick one. I think you have to pick one because I think you're overestimating the bandwidth that people have to care about more than one type of thing. And that's the problem, is people keep conflating something that they know probably can be successful with what, you know, like, Ethan, I think that for you, if you're passionate about animal rights, then you should probably be an animal rights activist and do a nonprofit in real life and build a nonprofit, and then do a mainstream politics YouTube channel. This is what I would do if I were you. If I were you and I was a big time animal rights guy, then I would build my real world social proof, focusing exclusively on animal rights activism, build a successful nonprofit or NGO, and get prominent people involved. Then I would have real world social proof so that when I speak about politics, I'm not just another talking head on YouTube, and I've done some groundwork that people could actually care about, so that I could say, hey, in real life, I run this NGO and I host these events, and I've done these community events, and we've posted them on my social media, on my Instagram and on my Facebook and on my TikTok, and we've raised all this money for all these wonderful causes. Here are the stats on real world stats of how we've helped shelters and so on and so forth, the number of dogs that we've helped get rehomed, the number of other pets that we've helped rescue, blah, blah, blah. I would do your animal rights stuff, and I would use your Instagram where that would really take off, possibly TikTok where that would really take off. And then I would use YouTube, and I would make a real hardcore politics in current social events. I would study Dave Rubin and Tim Pool because they've been very, very successful. Even if you don't agree with them, you should study people in the sphere from all persuasions that have been massively effective and are currently trending upward. Then you would do that. And so then you would have the capacity to be successful, but you could then just parse the fact that you have real world social proof on the animal rights stuff, and then do politics outside of that, but use the things you've done with your NGO as your credential. Hopefully that makes sense, Ethan. And sorry for the tangent on that, because I think I finished what I was saying about the automotive niche. I'll do a summary again in case I got derailed there of how to monetize the automotive niche. FedEx guy says, what could I offer as a lead magnet to collect emails? FedEx guy, I need more context on the type of content that you're doing when it comes to you wanting to build an email list. However, just telling people about your email list goes a very, very long way, and it can help people sign up. I'll give you guys an example. So my email newsletter is Creator Economy Insider. And so you could actually sample a lot of the newsletters before you even sign up, and then you can sign up. So I'm going to drop it in the chat. Sign up for my newsletter. And you can get that from me 1 to 2 times a week. And so what's the benefit of signing up for my newsletter? You get a lot of the inside track on becoming a full-time content creator, my takes on creator monetization and what's going on in the creator economy. So you get smarter and make more money, 10 minutes a day of reading. So there you go. Boom. That's the value proposition. And you can join 13,000 other creators who are learning, growing, and earning more money. Boom. So that's what you get to be a part of. So what you do is you pitch the value of the community, you pitch the value of the content because it's free content. But then if you want to make a lead magnet, mine is the 12-week email course and the 12-week PDF for the creator guide in order to be able to level up as a content creator. So that was my approach to it. So summarizing, and then I'm going to go back to Laron's comment. Laron, love you. Thank you for supporting the stream. And thank you to 375 watching across the 6 platforms right now. I know there's other more entertaining things to do on a Monday night. To wrap up what I was saying about the automotive niche, with regard to the automotive niche, like I said, you have the ability to do in-person appearances at trade shows and conventions, and that can pay you. You have the ability to work directly as an ambassador in long-term partnership with the manufacturers and product developers. You can obviously do traditional affiliate there and do Amazon affiliate as well. You can do regular brand deal sponsorship, short-term and long-term. You could do ad revenue and get YouTube premium revenue. This is an affluent niche. And you also can, of course, promote a business that you have, like a mod shop, or if you're doing mod products and you're selling those and doing custom jobs, you can promote that actual business that you have. So like I said, I've coached Flyride here, Chris. I've coached Chevy Dude, and I've coached Eric from RevMatch TV, all successful creators in the automotive niche. So we've covered automotive. We've actually talked about beauty. We've talked about vlogging. Someone asked about reaction channels. Magnify Reacts is actually a creator right now within Awesome Creator Academy. And you can see he actually has been getting really good views. He
all right, you guys, we got the first time the Bee Gees on the channel now.
He's been able to successfully, we've worked it out to where he avoids copyright claims. Now, some of his stuff is hit or miss, but when he hits, he hits. His most popular videos, incredibly powerful. Look at this one from 7 months ago, 200,000 subscribers. And big improvement, came a long way if you look at where he started and his thumbnails. And so there was obviously a pivot from gaming where you can see there wasn't traction getting there in terms of just reacting to games and anime. Pivoting into music was the right move. And ultimately, the channel evolved into what it is today. And so the thing is, he is someone who is a part-time creator who wants to be a full-time creator. And so the thing is, his videos don't always hit right away. Sometimes 2 months after he uploads, they'll explode in views and they'll get 90% of the views 2 to 3 months after he uploads. So like he'll upload and might get a couple hundred views. Then months later, boom, here's another 10, 20,000 views in a month. And so that happens sometimes with some reaction channels, especially if you're doing reactions to music. So as you can see here, because I keep scrolling, he has a lot of successful videos, but he puts out volume. He puts out 3 videos a day, but that means he has so many chances to swing that he will have hits. And so that's why this is working out for him. And that's why there are a lot of solid videos with views here on his channel, because he just keeps on swinging, keeps on swinging, keeps on swinging. So with reaction channels, though, because you're using someone else's intellectual property, there is a limit to your types of monetization that you can get. Could you get a little bit of stray income here or there from the Amazon affiliate program? Of course. ad revenue and YouTube premium revenue, yes, that's going to be mainstays for you. Are you going to be able, with intermittent views on reactions, to get one-off brand deals? No. The best thing for reaction channels is to get long-term brand deals and sell them on bulk uploads, on the fact that they'll get a lot of shout outs. So one of the smartest things I think someone can do in the reaction niche is literally be a daily reaction channel. Daily acceptable quality videos. No, oh, I gotta make bangers. Nope. This one is volume based. Get a lot of potential for ad revenue. Some of the videos could be evergreen depending on what you're doing. If you're reacting to television shows, episodes, movies, depends. It could be timely, could be trying to get on trend, maybe not. But the thing is, the ad revenue can add up because you have so many videos that the ad revenue can add up to thousands of dollars a month because you just have so much inventory. You can have so much inventory that the views just keep accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. So going daily with reactions could be really good for you. That could also increase that stray bit of Amazon affiliate revenue. Definitely helps with the YouTube premium revenue. Definitely helps with the ad revenue. So all that adds up. And if you bulk sell just massive inventory slots, the shout outs from brands that make sense for your reaction type of content, these are going to be more consumer brands. These are going to be general mainstream brands. So it's going to be stuff like Dr. Squatch. It's going to be stuff like Hims. It's going to be stuff like Teach Hanley, Bevel Razors. It's going to be these consumer products. It's going to be general consumer products. Now, are those brand deals going to be fantastic brand deals? It's going to be low-end brand deals, but if you can get them to be long-term relationships, it's going to be even things like potentially energy stuff like G Fuel. Now, again, some of this is going to be lower tier, but if you even get 5 people to be long-term lower tier partnerships at $500 to $800 a month, that could be enough for some of you to start looking at going full-time when you combine that with AdSense revenue. A lot of you are not just looking at, you're not looking at these long-term partnerships because, oh, getting $500 or $1,000 or $800 a month. Well, when you get 3 or 4 of those, that starts to be $2,000, $3,000 a month. When you combine that and you're getting at least $1,000 in ad revenue, well, that's $4,000 a month. For some of you, that's enough to leave your day job. If you're making $15 an hour, then this is better. So if you're working a minimum wage job, or you're working food service, or you're doing fast food, or you're doing anything like that, combining YouTube and then doing something on the side and gig work like maybe DoorDash, Uber, something like that, and then doing YouTube, you could be making good money. If you actually do it right, you could be making, even with gas and expenses, you could be making $20,000, $30,000 with Uber, DoorDash type stuff, and then you could be making another $30,000 between some brand deals, even if you do a bunch of low-end brand deals, but they're monthly recurring long-term contracts. If you're making like $2,000 there, another $1,500 a month on YouTube, and then you're making, $20, $30,000 a year doing Uber, DoorDash, you might not even be working 40 hours a week, and yet you might be making $65,000 a year by the time you add all of this stuff up. And then you count some stray affiliate sales from Amazon's influencer program, it all adds up. And then if you keep growing and growing, that can stack. And then you maybe don't want to do the gig work part-time. Maybe you're happier making 40, 50K from content creation alone. And guys, you have to remember, you can do this on YouTube, but you could also multi-platform this stuff. You could post it on Facebook. Facebook, you need 5,000 followers to get monetized, and you need, what are the watch hours for that? I think you need something like, with Facebook, I think it's something close to the equivalent of 1,000 watch hours, but you need it in 2 months. You need it in like 60 days. So I think it's 1,000 watch hours in 60 days, and then 5,000 followers period. Then you're monetized on Facebook with ad revenue. Ad revenue is comparable to YouTube. Now you're double dipping. Now you can double whatever your YouTube ad revenue is if you can pull that off on Facebook. A lot of people don't realize that. And for reaction content, that is perfect for reaction content. So, there you go. So this is Magnify Reacts. This is Anwar. He's a member in my Awesome Creator Academy Pro group. And so again, I think he's doing great and is a good example. Yeah, Laurent says, Yeah, Roberto. So many people are discounting small amounts. Oh, it's only $200 from affiliate. Yes, but they all add up and it's 100% passive income after the video launches. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And when you start doing multiple affiliate programs, that adds up. I mean, if we take my biggest affiliate programs aside, my smaller ones are still making me 300, 500 here or there. Once that's 5 things making you 300 here or 500 here, it adds up to thousands of dollars that you're not even having to think about anymore. So that's like significant. I think if I took my 2 biggest affiliates, one of them makes me like $3,000, one of them makes me $2,000. So that's like Tubebuddy and Kajabi, for example. But then you have other ones where I'm getting 500 here, 300 there. And so I have around maybe 4 or 5 of them there between making me 200 and 500. So when you add that up, that's another $1,000, $2,000 here. That's why I make about $6-7 a month off of affiliate income. And I don't have to really think about it. So it's like, so if you add that up, I make like, what is that? Probably 60, 70,000 off of the affiliate revenue side, before brand deals, before AdSense. If you just do affiliate marketing links and AdSense, for me, that's $100,000 a year between the 38,000 or so I do on affiliate with, sorry, not 38 on AdSense. Sorry. It's like 38 on AdSense, 65 or something like that on affiliate links throughout the year. So all that comes out to $100,000 between that as a content creator, not as me even doing my coaching, selling my digital products, any of that. So that would be a good income for the majority of people. Well, a lot for those of you who are single. Once you have like a family of 4 or 5, that's still struggle busing a little bit. But so it's that kind of thing. So what you want to do is you want to diversify. And when I say, hey, brand deals, it's not getting one brand deal. It's getting 3 or 4 relationships that pay you every single month. So you want 3 or 4 relationships that pay you every single month. If that's $500 and that's all you can get, which I think is still too low. I think a lot of you could get like 8, even as a smaller creator. If you're at like 20,000, if you're at 20,000 subscribers, and even if you're getting like 5,000 views and upload, I still think you could probably get a monthly relationship with a brand where they're paying you at least $750 to $900 a month, low tier, depending on what your promises are. If you do UGC content for them, you could definitely get more, even at that level, and you could have a $1,200, $1,500 a month relationship. And I've absolutely helped people broker those kind of deals and figure out their negotiation. We've had members of the academy who've done that, even at like 20,000, 30,000 subscribers, been able to negotiate that. A friend of mine, female filmmaker, 30,000 subscribers, I was able to help her figure out how to negotiate with a brand. She got a 6-month contract, $1,500 a month. She was only going to ask for $500 a month on this 6-month contract. So she was only going to make like $3,000, still a lot of money for her at the time. I was able to negotiate. Well, I didn't negotiate on her behalf. I told her, look, go back to them, tell them $1,500. If they want to make an almost disrespectful offer, they'll haggle you down to $1,200 or $1,000, which is 30% of what you asked for, but it's still twice what you were going to, what you were going to ask for. They took the $1,500 deal without any hesitation. $1,500, 6 months, $9,000 instead of $3,000, $6,000 difference just by having the confidence to ask for it, and just by having an older, more mature creator that could give advice on how to broker the deal. So brokering these deals, even when you're a smaller creator, is largely a confidence issue and understanding your value and not budging on that. And I know that more of you could be getting deals like this. Now, once you get to the point where you're getting, even if it was a lowball deal, like $600, if you have 4 deals where you have $600 deals in place because you're like at 10,000 subscribers or whatever, and you'll take what you can get, if you just get them to sign on for 6 months to a year and you do renewals, then like for a year, that's going to be significant money because you're going to make over $2,000 a month. And for a lot of you, maybe that's not enough to replace your day job, but you're thinking of it in the wrong way. That's enough to build the leverage to quit your job at some point and get a better paying job that you were afraid to leave because you had no savings. So a lot of you, what you should be doing is you should be developing your savings and using that as the leverage to quit your job, not to go full-time on YouTube or content creation. A lot of you, you're making that mistake. The thing you should probably look at doing is going to another job for a little while, but it's now you can get yourself a higher income because you can have the opportunity to flex your muscles, negotiate a better deal than you did 2 or 3 years ago when you came onto your job, get a different job, get a massive pay bump there. Plus, you still have your secondary income stream with YouTube. And so now you're back to still having these multiple streams of income. You can stay on the job now, but maybe this job has more flex hours. Maybe this job has some remote work opportunities. Maybe this job has a promotion track and you can build up more income, pay off debt, save up money. And then when you really are certain and you've created more value for yourself and raised the value of your brand deals, got some more of that affiliate money under your belt, built a good fan base to do YouTube channel memberships, giving some exclusives, then you'll have the money to actually leave that job behind. I recommend doing it when you have like no credit card debt, where you feel real comfortable there. Maybe you've made some significant progress paying down your student loans. Then you can be comfortable in knowing that, okay, I can out-earn my job doing content creation, be happier, but I also am not as stressed about it, but also don't burn bridges. Know that you can retreat to safety. Know that if content creation doesn't work out, that you might be able to go back to that job. The other pivot for you, by the way, is if you do well with brand deals and content creation doesn't work out, go work for one of the brands that was one of your sponsors and go into their department in marketing and become a head of influencer marketing because you actually know social media, or come full time with them as a UGC content creator or social media manager and run their social media because you proved you can grow an audience, probably better than them. So your pivot, if content creation doesn't work out, is to go work with a brand you built a great relationship with that paid you a lot of money already, that knows your worth, and go be a social media manager or an influencer marketing manager at one of those companies. Clover Tax, thank you for the $5 super chat. Realize your value, the specific demos you serve, what you offer is unique. Then realize companies blow off tons of money, so ask accordingly. Yes, absolutely. And do remember that this is a line item expense for them. They have to spend this money. It's a line item expense in the marketing budget, and it's going to be tax deductible. So really, just think about that. Someone's asking about Faceless channels. We're just going to go to one of my favorite Faceless channels. We're going to go to Magnates Media. Might be unrelatable to you guys because they have, a million subscribers, but shout out to Magnates Media, one of my favorites, one of the best in the game. So for Faceless channels, the business model is very AdSense reliant, unfortunately. It relies on AdSense, Patreon support from viewers, and again, other than that, brand deals. So it's not one of the better diversified niches to do faceless storytelling content. Faceless storytelling content, whether you're covering corporations, whether you're covering the rise and fall of companies, rise and fall of influencers, celebrity gossip, all these things. The reality is it doesn't lend itself well to selling your own products most of the time if it's not an education-based niche. If it's not an education-based niche, doesn't lend itself well to selling your own products, unfortunately. Doesn't really lend itself that well to merch most of the time either. A lot of this also has to do with the fact you're talking about other people. Same thing for reaction channels. So merchandise isn't really as viable with this type of channel. With making these documentaries. Another good one is Dodford. These channels rely on Patreon and YouTube channel memberships. And most of them do both. And they parallel the content. It's just about what's convenient for the viewer, how they want to support. Obviously, you get a bigger chunk with Patreon than you do with YouTube taking 30%, but we'll take what we can get. So they rely a lot on that. As you can see, a lot of these faceless channels, because they want to be faceless and anonymous, they don't live stream. So they don't get super chats and donations that way. They can get super thanks, though. And a lot of them do. A lot of viewers will support $2 or $5 with a super thanks on a recorded video, similar to how a lot of you do with the live streams. They do get memberships and they do get Patreon. They do ad revenue. They do YouTube premium revenue. And they do sponsors. They don't do nearly as well with affiliate, at least not on their YouTube side. And so not as viable there. And they don't have the opportunity usually to sell courses or digital downloads, nor do they have the opportunity to do physical products. What they rely on is doing big views on YouTube and getting ad revenue, getting sponsors, getting true fans with Patreon and YouTube channel memberships. And that's about as far as most of them do manage to diversify. So for the Faceless channels, that's typically what happens. Maggie, the substitute teacher, thank you for the $9 super chat. Roberto, just coming through to show report. Support to you, Roberto. Appreciate you. Really like that. The word says, question, Roberto, if you're not monetized under 1,000 subs, would looking for affiliate marketing still be relevant? For the Amazon influencer program, if you do it correctly, yes, especially if you promote list of affiliate links in things like the YouTube community tab, but you should also be building other social media where affiliate marketing might be a good idea, particularly the Amazon influencer program. And even if you don't have a massive social media following, you could be posting video reviews to Amazon with the Amazon influencer program through their creator hub. And if people watch your reviews when they're looking at a product, you get commissions for those reviews. This is where beauty channels really make a lot of money today, is not just doing stuff on their own channel, but doing it directly on Amazon through the Amazon Creator Hub and going live on Amazon using the Amazon Live Creator app and doing that. A lot of them will rig it with OBS to their desktop and do it more glamorously, higher production value, especially for the beauty stuff. And they've become the new QVC. And so the beauty creators and the tech creators and accessory people and lifestyle people make massive amounts of money even without posting videos to their YouTube channel. And this could work for you too, home rapid repair in the home repair niche, is they make thousands of dollars from Amazon affiliate commissions through Amazon itself as a content creator platform for product reviews of things that get bought very often. And this is an underrated thing. And through the live Amazon thing that they do with basically QVC style with Amazon Live promoting products. So this is a massive revenue stream that people don't talk about as content creators. So even if you're smaller, the thing is, people are too focused on YouTube's partner program and on YouTube's AdSense, which is why I'm doing this live stream today, is to show you that there are different business models, even different platforms that let you play. Even someone like Magnates Media now, because X.com, formerly Twitter, has monetization now, could be posting their oldest videos. So if I was Magnates Media, one of the things I would do is I would take some of their oldest videos and I would repost some of their oldest videos and give them new life over on X.com, formerly Twitter. And Magnates Media does have a following over there. So I would post these older videos, even the ones that didn't take off on YouTube. I would post some of these, the ones that I think could perform the best. I would post them over maybe the videos even from 2 or 3 years ago that started getting traction. I would post these to X.com, formerly Twitter, and then get the monetization from Twitter. Then I'd also consider maybe the ones from last year that are, and 3 years ago, that are really good. I would take these, I'd even consider uploading them to Facebook and then double dip on the monetization on Facebook. So that's how I would approach this as a Faceless channel. If I'm a Faceless channel, I'd be monetizing everywhere, and I would syndicate my old videos on X.com, formerly Twitter, and on Facebook in people's feeds. I would syndicate my old videos because they're still really good videos, and I can get the binge watching and I can get the monetization requirements very easily with 40-minute Faceless videos. I can get the monetization easily. So I would do that. I would also probably double dip and look at how I can post these to Instagram, because a lot of you don't realize you can post widescreen videos to Instagram Reels. IGTV just became Instagram Reels, and it's not just these shorter videos. You could repurpose long form videos there. Now people are like, oh, is someone really going to watch a 20-minute video on Instagram? If they do, you make money. So what's the harm? So that's a possibility. Not saying it'll work for every content creator or every Faceless channel, but it's just something to think about. That being said, I would definitely syndicate this to Facebook and Twitter and make money. Possibly even, again, for the old videos, some alt platforms like Rumble and Odyssey, and just get the viewership of who happens to be there, make money from who happens to be there, and those channels would probably eat this up. So I would probably do that. So that's how I would approach that kind of thing. And like I said, for the smaller people under 1,000, Amazon influencer and doing it directly on Amazon is actually a really good idea, especially for people like Home Rapid Repair. Rocky in real time says, Roberto, education is great. You can do merch, courses, private groups, AdSense, digital downloads, consultations, so many ways to monetize. Oh, absolutely. Education-based creators have usually over 20 plus ways they can monetize. It's the best, to be honest with you. It's the best. I would say that in many ways, entertainment is the best for AdSense and the worst for diversity. Entertainment is the best for AdSense, but it's the worst for diversity. Now, someone like Magnates Media, technically, as beautiful as this content is, maybe could also use the audio of this for podcasting, or try to see if they qualify for the the Spotify video program and try to do that as well and monetize there. Someone who's a faceless channel in finance, which lets me kill two birds with one stone, is How Money Works, a friend of the channel. Really like How Money Works a lot. You know, fantastic creator. Came up during the pandemic. So with this creator, they do very well, in my opinion, on views. They do AdSense, Patreon, channel memberships. But I think How Money Works also could work as a podcast. I also think posting their videos to x.com, formerly Twitter, would absolutely crush it in terms of monetization, especially now, especially with these titles. The Collapse of the 9-to-5 Job, The Dumbest Business Idea in History. These things would do very good on Facebook and make ad revenue. They do very good. I'll probably DM him about this after the stream. They do very well there, but also as a podcast, and then they could double dip there. This is a unique faceless channel in the fact that they could do well with affiliate marketing if they do it correctly. For some software as a service things, they could do very well. They also can do well on brand deals, memberships for that, Patreon, AdSense, and because of the length of their videos, YouTube premium revenue as well. All of their videos are evergreen and not really beholden to time. So that also makes them very lucrative for syndication across other platforms as well. And then for the shorts, they can monetize their shorts, which also do well across roughly 6 different platforms. So these shorts obviously do well on YouTube, but they could also make money on Instagram Reels, x.com, formerly Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok as well, and Facebook Reels. So they have about 6 places they can make money. Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, Snapchat, TikTok, x.com, formerly Twitter, and YouTube. So they got 6 platforms where the shorts content could make money. And then the videos can make money in syndication on YouTube, Facebook. This stuff would honestly do well on Rumble and Odyssey as well for what that is, and would make some money. So about roughly 5 other platforms this could be syndicated to make money. So very good opportunity there. How Money Works, just based on their ethos, wouldn't go probably into the digital products or course side of things, but very good opportunities overall. They could do something in financial literacy for sure, but probably would want to stick with free financial education on YouTube. So this is a very good example of the finance niche doing it well received by the community. I would say in their community tab, they could definitely promote additional opportunities. Right now, he's using it to promote his other YouTube channel, How History Works, which also...
Have you ever wondered what your life would be like if you lived at a different time in history? I'm sure all of us have at one point or another, but it can be quite hard to imagine.
Here. So this is a Faceless channel around history, and you can see it does very good. Again, ad revenue, consolidating these How Blank Works channels could be very good to get more support on Patreon, because it now supports more than one channel. This also would be good in syndication on Twitter, Rumble, Odyssey, and Facebook. This content would actually do well there. And then with the shorts, of course, can be syndicated to the 6 platforms, I talked about. So How Money Works basically has an ideal setup, not only as a Faceless channel, but as an education channel in 2 niches of education, finance, but then also history over here. I would say they could pursue a third one that could really work, pun intended. I would say How Money Works could even pursue something like How Politics Works, and get a third channel out of this and make money, and it'd be very relevant, and it'd be a money printer. So as long as they have the capacity for it, I would say that would be viable. So again, very good opportunity. Homeless Hero says, I have a very difficult niche to monetize. I really want to do well so that we can extend our outreach missions. Any suggestions monetize for me? Well, I can't speak for Invisible People Project. I've given them some advice from time to time, but Invisible People is one of the most successful
the homeless crisis in our country.
And like I said, I've given them some advice in the past. They're probably one of the most successful channels, aside from obviously Mr. Beast Philanthropy, in philanthropy and in outreach and in activism on YouTube. And I feel that their approach to things, I would argue that if you take the Humans of New York approach to things, right? I don't know if you're familiar, Homeless Heroes, with Humans of New York. I think if you did storytelling and even documentaries, which may feel a little extra or a little hard, and I get it, but it'd be hard to duplicate content. If you do storytelling and documentary content around this situation, and you tie it to great causes, or if you have an NGO, then I think that's what would work. And the main way of monetizing this really would be building up a Patreon. And people want to support Patreons for great projects, but they also support it around great filmmaking and storytelling. This is something you can see when it comes to Dodford and Magnates Media and CoffeeZilla. They get tremendous Patreon support because of the quality of their production, the thoughtfulness of their storytelling, and how compelling and interesting the content is. So the thing is, becoming a great storyteller and taking a filmmaker's approach to this, a documentary filmmaker's approach to homelessness, would probably be the answer when it comes to monetization, not only on views, but on community support. And so that would be largely the way I go about it. But you also could look into partnership directly with brands that are aligned to dealing with and fighting homelessness and doing advocacy for that. There are brands, and so you just research which brands have done the largest overall donations to that. And then if you have these great documentary films to show them around homelessness and the fact that you guys are doing fundraising, they're happy to probably support that mission, and it makes it easy for them to write you a grant. The other thing is you could partner with somebody who's a great grant writer, and then you can figure out that, and then you can work with someone who can get you grants because of not only the filmmaking, because there are filmmakers grants. So if you go with the filmmaking style and storytelling for YouTube for this, then you have the filmmakers grants you can benefit from, and grants from corporations that use this as part of their philanthropy. So then you have that because it's a tax write-off for them. It's also great PR. You might want to team up with a publicist that handles things in philanthropy, that's willing to work pro bono and get exposure and get you in press releases and get you traditional media coverage. That's going to probably be a write-off for that PR person or that publicist as well, because they could write off those billable hours as donation work. And so probably get tax benefits. By the way, for anything I say about stuff like that, talk to a CPA or a tax professional, not legal or financial advice. So, you do things like that in that situation. The other thing you do in a situation like this is you reach out to influencers who've spoken up about this type of thing, and then you ask for introductions to their sponsors, and then you look at partnering that way, and you've had an introduction to somebody who actually can write a check. So that's another way you would approach it. So those would be my thoughts around channels that have to deal in nonprofits and activism. And so that lets me check another niche off of there. And so hopefully that helps you, homeless heroes, and best wishes and best of luck in what you're doing. So let's see. So that was actually, that actually makes it easier for me to navigate that one. Let's see. Natasha Vincent says, Roberto, thank you for all you do. Any thoughts on approaches to modifying the following two niches geared towards a 9% male audience with a male host? Reaction niche. I already did reaction niche. Documentary niche. Oh, conveniently, I just did that. So I already covered these actually. So earlier in the program, I covered the reaction niche, and I showed a music reaction channel that I've worked with, and I covered that. I think that was closer to maybe around the 20-minute mark. So maybe you missed that, Natasha Vincent. And then I just covered documentaries with regard to showing how you could approach that with regard to like invisible people, where I combine that with philanthropy and nonprofit. But documentary storytelling, I can give another one. I could look at Dodford. Now, what I really should do is I should look at James Johnny, who I've had the pleasure of working with once, right? It was before he hit 100,000 subscribers, and we were talking about ironically, we were talking about monetization. We were talking about brand deals quite a bit. But Dodford is up and coming, and I think he's going to be at 1 million subscribers within the next 2 years for sure. I think that he's underrated. I think that his stuff is a cut above, and I think he's great. Now, with documentary filmmaking stuff like what Dodford does, it's a labor of love and big time support when you put this kind of effort in. Patreon support is easier to come by when it's this kind of effort, and you build a community that just like really supports the quality and craftsmanship of the artwork you're doing. So memberships and Patreon, YouTube channel memberships and Patreon, big monetization schema for this, along with ad revenue, but also the length of these videos makes the ad revenue better. And the length of these videos makes the YouTube premium revenue better. But then also in terms of donations through Super Thanks, they happen on these videos quite frequently because of the level of quality and effort and thoughtfulness in the storytelling. So those would be the monetization methods. And then obviously it's brand deals. Now this lends itself much less to selling your own product unless you sell a course on editing, storytelling, and YouTube cinematography. If you do that, then when you do a channel like this that is video essay or storytelling or documentary, it does lend itself to some education crossover where a portion of your audience will want to be you one day. And so there might be enough people, maybe even 1,000 people in that audience that want to be you that one day. And they will buy, if you make a unique editing style, they will buy a video editing course from you. And that editing course could even be a suite of courses. So there's a massive opportunity there. If you have 100 to 1,000 people in your audience, if you build something like this that want to be you, it does pivot into the education side to learn your editing style and your storytelling techniques. And so that could be a suite of courses, could be private training in terms of a group membership. I wouldn't recommend one-on-one coaching for something like that, though, for video editing stuff. It would definitely be a group cohort on learning how to do this. And it would also be a digital course product. But it would have to be done that's the most passive version of it that you could possibly do. so it doesn't take away the hours and hours you need to put 100 hours into editing every one of these videos. So that's how that one would work. The big draw here will definitely be the AdSense and the memberships for the people who just want support. And it'll also be that YouTube premium revenue because of the length of the videos. And it will also be brand deal partnerships for these big video projects because they get views. So that would be the deal here. I would say that this could be better for one-off partnerships. As much as the stability would come from long-term partnerships, this kind of thing with these kind of views, sometimes it's better to try to get one-time deals and also to limit your commitments so that you can prioritize the art. So that's where sometimes long-term deals aren't always the best deal. But the supplement to that would be having a massively supportive community behind you where you get a couple thousand people to pay $5 a month on Patreon and YouTube memberships so that you have a baseline of support to pay your bills, to do the art, and then you get the rest in the AdSense, and then you take a brand deal once in a while. I would say the ratio of brand deals for this is 1 in 3 projects. 1 in 3 projects sponsored is what I'd probably say. I do feel that this isn't the best for affiliate, aside from possibly just some incidental affiliate links in your description or in your community tab. And just by sheer volume of audience, you could probably make a couple $100 a month with Amazon influencer off of this. So that's what I would say. History with Dan Sterner says, history niche videos require a great deal of research, so you can't pump out videos too quickly. No, I agree with that. I would say that if you're in a position, though, where you have a great editing team, and then because in the case of how history works, is how Money Works channel is so lucrative that then the editing team is, sufficient in that case to probably free up the time to do the research. So I think it's helpful when you get to focus on the research part because someone else can prioritize the editing side. So I think the more you can diversify the workload, once you diversify the income sources, what no one really talks about is once you diversify the income sources, if one of them gets good enough, that income source can support hiring another employee that then scales the value and can double the value. Oh, we got Evan Carmichael in the house. Another great YouTube educator, another great entrepreneur from the great North, Canada. Shout out to Evan. Appreciate you, man. Hope to see you soon at one of the events. Yeah, Evan's been a long time support and a very good friend for many, many years. I'm also featured in his book, One Word. You guys definitely should check out Evan Carmichael, OG creator. CloverTax says that I can think of right now, already doing ads, multi-platform, in-house, brand deals, merch, memberships, affiliate, working on courses. Am I overlooking anything? Okay, so that's a really robust amount of, excuse me. Excuse me. Should have pushed the mute button when I was sneezing. I didn't think of that at the time. So yeah, CloverTac. CloverTac is in the Second Amendment safety and firearms niche. Very difficult niche, struggle bus on YouTube, along with another creator that I coached, She Fires, and some other folks. So Armed Atlas, people like that. So you're doing brand deals, you're doing multi-platform and in-house, so UGC, you're doing merch, you're doing memberships, you're doing affiliate marketing, and you're working on courses. Okay, so one thing I would say is, even though you're working on brand deals, look for deeper partnerships in terms of working with, even though you're doing brand deals and UGC, look for a deeper consulting relationship with the manufacturers and with the distributors, but also look at working with the trade shows, and look at doing events. So trade shows and events is another untapped opportunity, Clover, because it looks like you're doing almost everything else. The other thing you might consider is a podcast, and then being able to scale through a podcast and go multi-platform on there. If you do it live to tape, it's easier to produce. So if you do a live stream podcast, then repurpose clips, and maybe that podcast isn't exactly a mirror of the YouTube channel, since it's Second Amendment and firearm safety. Maybe there's a good crossover with a politics podcast, some kind of common sense politics podcast. And then you get mainstream, you can get direct to consumer brands around that. So then it's something like, God, what's that one brand that does premium cut meats in a subscription model? There's like a box where they send basically steak, pork, and chicken as a meat subscription box. I forget. But like you could Butcher Box. I think it's Butcher Box. So that would be a good example of a sponsor, right? For a podcast like that. You also, there are some podcast networks that monetize with ads. Podcasting lends itself to trade show opportunities, public speaking, and panels as well. Podcast scale and grow email list. There's affiliate marketing opportunities there, all kinds of things that can be done. So that would be an expansion plan, because some of you only look through the lens of YouTube. I'm trying to teach you that diversification is also an expansion plan, because all of these multiple revenue streams I'm telling about on YouTube become multiplied when you also then duplicate your content to other platforms. You're just gonna have to give up saying things like subscribe, unless you say, hey, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Then you'd have to change, hey, subscribe for more. You have to say subscribe to my YouTube channel, because if you say subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can post to other platforms and then not have to edit out the YouTube call to action in that way. You just have to not use other YouTubery language. You have to use more general platform, social media stuff. So you have to be platform agnostic. So that's much, much more helpful. And you have to say things like on YouTube instead of here on YouTube. So you have to stop thinking like a YouTuber and start thinking like a creator that's platform agnostic. You have to start thinking like a creator that's distributing to everyone that will pay them, because that's what we really want to be. So then all of a sudden, when you have affiliate links and you have multiples of them, it's not just affiliate links and, oh, do those really do well on YouTube? Who cares? Because if they don't do well on YouTube, they might do well on Facebook. They might do well on X. They might do well on Rumble. They might do well on Odyssey. Who cares? So you have the affiliate links. Oh, you have the affiliate links. They might do well on your newsletter. They might do well on your own website. So all of a sudden, it's multi-scaled opportunity. So this is multi-scaled opportunity. We become multi-dimensional. So now think about it like this. If you have 5 affiliate links, 5 affiliate link platforms, because so let's say it's Amazon, and then you got some manufacturers that support you and gave you an affiliate link and gave you a coupon code. They gave you 10, 15% off for your people. Okay. Well, now if you have 3 platforms you can post that to, you don't have, 5 opportunities. You have 15 now. Every time you make a piece of content. And so this is scale. This is scale. So it's scaled opportunity. It's scaled income. If you're wondering how people can be making $10, $20, $30, $50,000 a year, it's not always just AdSense. Of course, some people do that on AdSense. I have a friend here in Atlanta who makes like $50,000 a month on AdSense alone, but he's also terrified that one day YouTube's going to terminate his channel or demonetize him. And he's been a target for trolls who hate knowing that he's making all this money. So, he's looking at, the fact that, yes, he gets $500,000 a year on AdSense. It also could be snatched from him at any time with no appeal. So he lives in terror of that. And that's where, because I'm a good friend, I'm like, hey, here's how you go multi-platform. Here's how you double dip on this. Hey, here's how you can clone all this content to Facebook and get more money. Hey, here, are you looking at taking your short form and doing it on this platform and do this? Hey, put all your stuff on these alternate platforms. Don't worry about taking views away from YouTube. Most of the people on YouTube have never watched or heard of these other platforms. You're not taking a view away from YouTube. These people on these other platforms, they're not on YouTube, and these people on YouTube are not on these other platforms. You're not taking a view away. Stop worrying about it. So many of you are so blindly afraid and loyal to a platform, whether it's YouTube or Twitch or TikTok, and you're so attached to your subscriber count and view count numbers that you are picking up pennies and passing over dollars. And I'm here to change that. That's what Monetization Mondays are about. Natasha Vincent says, thank you so much for that. 1-in-3 brand deal ratio. I'll rewatch this, just popped in. You're keeping me busy with all the great content, Roberto. Thank you. Going back to look at your recently titled video. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yep. How would you navigate a model for mental health therapeutic arts business? That's awfully specific, Christina. And it's hard to mix genres like that sometimes. In the mental health space, which is also a form of education, you have Healthy Gamer. So you have Healthy Gamer. And Health Gamer is probably one of the biggest, if not probably the biggest mental health channel on YouTube right now. And so what I would say, though, is the problem with trying to tie it into the therapeutic arts business is that I think you're conflating these things, because I think there's something, I think they're both things you have a passion for. And I don't know that YouTube is the best vehicle to do both things. So what I would probably do is I would probably do content similar to Healthy Gamer, but I would use the brand aesthetic of probably impressionist artwork. So I'd probably do, and I don't know if this is your art style, and I don't know if you're a painter, but even if you're not, I would probably either commission or generate the art in such a way that the thumbnails are this otherworldly impressionist art. And then I would make similar titles to Healthy Gamer. And then I would probably do mental health content there. And I would probably then just promote the therapeutic art business and run ads against my own YouTube channel to say, I built a mental health audience. And then if I have this other business, I'll run ads against the business, against my YouTube channel, only to my own subscribers. And the ad revenue, the buying ads is actually cheap. So the thing is, once you build a YouTube channel that has a big audience of people who are watching for mental health content, if you have a mental health business of your own, you can market directly to them through Google Ads, through YouTube, or through the YouTube promote button, and run ads and run an ad for your actual business and redirect your actual business. You can grow your email list, and then you'd grow your email list, and then you'd promote that business. So that's how you'd go about something like that. But it's a very delicate dance, because you also don't want people to feel that you're being exploitative in any way. And people are hypersensitive to that. Sometimes they'll even see exploitation where there isn't any, where it's just a fair and honest business with no grift to it. So that's very hard to navigate, and it's something that you have to be very sensitive to. But I think that that approach would work. And a channel like this obviously does AdSense revenue. This is an opportunity to also obviously write books, be a self-published author. Once you become a self-published author, there's speaking engagements and panels. Sometimes people even pay to fly you out to be on podcasts, and they'll pay you for an appearance. So you have guest appearances, you have public speaking, you have workshops and events. Obviously, in a situation like this where you're a published author, you get physical books, audiobooks, and ebooks monetized through Amazon, passive income. The more you write, the more that scales. So that scales as well. There are opportunities, obviously, with this to appropriate sponsorships. I know it gets a lot of criticism, but Dr. Todd Grande, who has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube and is a clinical psychologist, he debunked the so-called BetterHelp scandal, or BetterHelp's a scam. He debunked that over 3 or 4 years ago. I think it was like 3 years ago. He debunked that more than 3 years ago. People caught on later, but it's not a scam. Even Mr. Beast has promoted BetterHelp. I've used it as a customer. I'm not sponsored by them. But again, in this niche, there are some people who are polarized and critical of BetterHelp, but they can't really honestly sometimes tell you why. Some YouTube channel told them it was a scam, so they believe it. But there was a clinical psychologist not paid by them who audited them, Dr. Todd Grande, I believe. I think it was like 3 years ago. And then other people have done that since, and BetterHelp has done things to improve. And so, in my opinion, as someone who's worked with a lot of sponsors on YouTube, I've never bought, I've bought the product and used the product myself. I've never been sponsored by them. I don't have an affiliate link for them. I don't really have any skin in the game in defending BetterHelp, except for I will say this. It looked for a while what happened was people who hated Philip DeFranco specifically ran a perfectly good sponsor off the platform for like a year. And then it took a lot of people taking some risk and some criticism to get them comfortable working with influencers again and get some people some help. And every product will have mixed reviews. So, it is what it is. But you'll have to be much more careful about sponsorships in your niche and who you align with. It's a reputation-based thing. People are much more hypersensitive in your niche, much more critical, much more judgmental. So you have to be very thoughtful. One of the best ways to build credibility in a niche like this is to write a book, try to get it to bestseller on Amazon. Extraordinarily helpful, builds real life social proof. But also in this industry and in this niche, having credentials matters a lot to people. So either being able to have certificates or a degree that people respect or a license, because even if you have a degree, they will criticize you if you don't have an active license. So you got to be very careful in this niche. People are looking around every corner and looking under their bed for grifters. So it is what it is. So let's see. Oh yeah, we've got plenty of creators here with check marks. Evan Carmichael says, "Hey Roberto, where can people catch your next keynote?" Actually, I'll be doing a workshop at VidCon in Anaheim. It is my return to VidCon, my glorious return to VidCon after the pandemic. So your boy will be a speaker at VidCon, vidcon.com. So if we go to vidcon.com and we go to VidCon Anaheim and we go to speakers, and we type in a name, type in, why is it not here? I was just here yesterday. Oh wait, I have to go to the tracks. Search by speaker. Oh, here it is. Okay, so yeah, if I search by speaker, your boy here is a speaker at VidCon Anaheim 2024. And so, yeah, I will be there. You will see me at VidCon in Anaheim 2024, speaking once again, doing a workshop on the creator track. So that's where you can see me next. Yeah, never bank on a single platform. Diversify, diversify, diversify. Absolutely important. The Huddle with Walter Strong III. Love that good, strong name. Hey, Roberto, I really enjoyed your tutorial on Amazon KDP self-publishing. I've watched it 2 times already. Another great tip for monetization. Absolutely. There is a lot of value in Amazon KDP and publishing. And don't forget, you can double dip with the Amazon affiliate. We got gamers in the house. Let me go to a gamer that I've worked with. So a gamer I've worked with in the past, I'm not working with him right now. The gamer I've worked with.
I'm going to go put the wizard cosplay on. When I come back, I'm going to be.
And he plays Clash Royale. We've got some gamers in the house. And so I knew we were going to get to this. Geek Media Central says, I just started in gaming. Do you suggest a niche down to only one game, or can multiple games be successful on channel? Most people cannot be successful with multiple games, but the fear is, okay, if the game dies, so does my channel. So the thing is, I I like the idea of games that have big budgets and big audiences behind them. That's where I've enjoyed the last 2 years working with a lot of mobile gamers. So I've worked with a lot of mobile gamers that play Supercell games. I have a contract with them for their creator program, and I've been coaching a lot of gamers. In the last year, I've coached about 50 gamers that play mobile games. So Clash Mini, Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, Brawl Stars, Squad Busters, Heyday, that sort of thing. Supercell as an ecosystem has some of the biggest games in all of gaming in terms of number of users per month. So Juicy J is a pretty big deal in the Clash Royale scene. But something to take note of is if you have a game like Clash Royale that has a vertical format, YouTube now has vertical live streams, and YouTube's vertical live streams do massive views, as you can see here for Jay. So Jay is really smart, young gamer, also young homeowner, very business savvy. And I was incredibly impressed with him. And so he's also a ranked gamer in this. So like really, if you have the ability to be very good at a game and it has a vertical format, you want to do these vertical live streams. Jay is killing it with these vertical live streams on YouTube now. That's a thing. And it shows up in the vertical feed, what we used to call the YouTube Shorts feed. I now call the vertical feed because it's now live streams and YouTube Shorts. Eventually, probably vertical long form videos as well will start showing up there. So I just call it the vertical feed now. I feel like the Shorts branding was short-sighted, pun intended. But so so Jay's doing great. Opportunities in gaming. Gameplay shorts can work. They can be hit or miss. When they go big, they go very big, as you can see. So gaming shorts, it just really depends on your approach and your editing. But if you do enough of them, they can go big, as you can see. Those can be repurposed from not only YouTube, but also, believe it or not, a lot of the gamers that I've worked with have had success with their gaming shorts working in Snapchat as well as TikTok. Most of them don't in Instagram Reels, but ironically, they do in Facebook Reels, ironically. Same thing for their gameplay videos and their tips videos. Some of this actually does very well in Facebook, believe it or not. So I would syndicate to there after YouTube being the priority, obviously. Live streaming, I would multi-stream, my friends. I would multi-stream. If you're doing the vertical multi-streams, I would be multi-streaming vertical to YouTube, vertical to TikTok, vertical to x.com, Twitter, and probably vertical even to potentially Instagram. So I would do the vertical streaming that way. Now, if your game is a first-person shooter, then you don't want to do vertical just because it's getting views, because it's a bad experience for the audience. So you definitely don't want to be doing that. So this is an example, like, again, Jay does very well. So what are the monetization systems for this? Like I said, multiple monetization opportunities with the vertical short form, monetization opportunities with all of the live platforms. So going multi-platform is definitely the answer, but also sponsorships, but also with gaming. Getting a steady salary by working for an esports organization or working in the esports industry as an employee, so you still can do something as a day job that's related to gaming. So I would go and work as a gamer at an esports org, or work as an employee or a host for gaming events at an esports org. So I would get a job in esports, or become or get on a team. I'd get a job in esports or on a team to work in the gaming industry for a full-time job, but also obviously the live streaming opportunity, donations, memberships, multi-platform, Twitch and YouTube, not Twitch or YouTube, Twitch and YouTube and kick.com and probably Facebook gaming and probably x.com, formerly Twitter. Not even joking. So I'd absolutely be doing multi-streaming. I'd be uploading and syndicating across multiple platforms for my shorts and for my videos. I'd be clipping my VODs. I probably would clip my VODs, maybe even put the clips on another platform or another channel, monetize that. because I probably optimize the main YouTube channel instead of trying to post my VODs there. I'd probably make another VODs channel for clips. So I would do that, double dip, have 2 monetized channels. Also more opportunity to spread out the love on those ads and that ad revenue. So I would do that. If I'm not doing specifically just something like this that's a more competitive game, and I want to do, what do I want to do? We do Minecraft. We want to look at Poland then. So if you go into Minecraft, you want to probably, and Poland hasn't uploaded in over a year, I guess, which is weird. So maybe he gave up on YouTube. I don't know, but Poland was crushing it. Poland was crushing it during the pandemic. Maybe went back to school, who knows? But he was crushing it and did Minecraft. And obviously that's going to be very AdSense intensive. Now, in his situation, he was a student, if I remember correctly, during the pandemic. So he ended up with a lot of free time to be able to do this. But if I was going to take this to the maximum potential with him, I would keep playing tournaments. I would have kept playing tournaments, making money. I would have obviously done the AdSense thing, Patreon and channel memberships. With a lot of these things, it's younger audiences. So the problem with gaming is it's hard to monetize someone else's intellectual property. And it's hard to monetize people who are young and broke. So if you have a very young, very brokey style audience, then it's not as easy to have multiple diversification of monetization. And your best bets for monetization and diversification is posting multiple platforms and posting a lot of content. So that's really what happens. If you're going to end up catering to teenagers and children, you post a lot of content and you post it everywhere you possibly can. And you do videos and you do shorts and you do lives and you post the hell out of all of it, because most of your money, unfortunately, is going to come from AdSense. If you get enough views, though, it can be brand deals, but the brands won't pay you nearly as much money, even if you're getting a bunch of views, because it's harder for them to make the money back because it's kids, because it's young people. It's also a lot of non-speaking international audience that just watches and follows along and watches the gameplay. So that makes it very hard to justify the ROI to brands just on awareness and reach. And there's also so many people doing the same thing that it dilutes not only the ad revenue, but dilutes the brand deal revenue as well. So gaming is a really rough niche to monetize. And I know that's not what you all wanted to hear, but it's how it is. But it's absolutely how it is. The good news is if you pick a sandbox game like Minecraft or GTA, that there's a lot of views in it. I already covered faceless channels and brand deals. Let's see. DIY style niches. So channel I worked with, 100,000 subscribers is
this video is for all of you who are brand new to.
So with DIY style and tutorial style niches, views can feel hit or miss. The good news is content is evergreen and your most popular videos keep making you money years and years later, because people hold on to some of these products or this brand of hardware forever, especially things that are very expensive, like embroidering machines and things from Brother and things from Lexar and HP. That people hold on to them forever. And so there are things like that. You can also obviously do memberships and communities around this, paid communities, opportunities. This type of content also does very well on Instagram. And then in niches like this, there's also an opportunity to monetize with Etsy and Shopify for handcrafted goods as well. There's also the ability, specifically with some DIY stuff like sewing, for example, and crafting, to sell patterns on Etsy as a digital product or on other platforms as a digital product. So the thing is, there are digital product opportunities with regard to crafting niches, because you can sell CAD designs, you can sell patterns, and you can sell blueprints. But you can also sell handcrafted goods as well. There are also reseller opportunities. There's also, as you upgrade, you can resell a lot of your expensive machinery and hardware. As you upgrade, you sell the old ones in good condition that are well loved. And so you can do that. There's obviously massive affiliate marketing opportunities, not only from manufacturers that give you coupon codes and discounts, plus affiliate commissions that can be 10, 15, 20%. But there's also opportunities for this potentially sometimes around community memberships that wouldn't be like $5 or $10 a month, but could be more in the $15 to $30 a month range. So that could be very good. And that would be different than your Patreon and different than your YouTube channel memberships. At that point, talking about your own private membership website. So, these communities can be very powerful there. Ad revenue is very good for these, obviously. And also because of some longer things that are 20 and 30 minutes, obviously YouTube premium revenue also good here. Live stream opportunities, live streams, great opportunities for donations, great opportunities there for YouTube premium revenue. Shorts are hit or miss in this niche, but they can do well. But if you do them, obviously the goal is to then multi-upload those specifically to Instagram and Facebook as well. So you have Instagram and Facebook, but also Snapchat. Do not sleep on Snapchat for the short form content and the monetization there as well. So Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, and Snapchat and TikTok on top of YouTube Shorts. So this would do very well there. This can also be syndicated in X.com, formerly Twitter, more than one time and make money off the same video more than one time a year. Because unlike these other things, it's very feed-based. So you could syndicate videos and make money more than one time a year. So I would definitely recommend that. It's a great opportunity. Jen from Soaring Report has been an Academy member, has done one-on-one coaching with me. I've actually got a copy of her silver play button on the shelf. I'm adding the silver play buttons for my clients to the shelf. For gaming, I've got A-Drive's gold play button in the basement. Any of you who watched my YouTube short saw me unbox that. So really good opportunities there in different niches. And a lot of creators that I've worked with that have been successful, that I'm very proud of what they've been able to create. And one of the most important things I think I do talk about with the creators I work with is the specifics of monetizing and diversifying their content across these multiple niches and building out these opportunities around their brand and business. Another thing that the DIY space lends itself for that people may not realize is workshop opportunities in person, because a lot of people don't realize there are events and trade shows around DIY and crafting. So since there are events and trade shows, a lot of them pay for travel, pay for expenses, and pay fees for you for speaking, workshops, panels, and pay for your craft materials and goods. So if you're in this niche, there definitely is an opportunity, and it could pay for a lot of your projects as well. Tamika Ray says, thank you, Roberto, for doing these free workshops. They're so helpful. Yeah, absolutely. I think that my live stream and workshops are probably more helpful than some people's courses probably at this point, which is why when I actually sell a $500 plus course, I expect a lot of you to actually buy it, since my free content has been better than other people's $500 courses. When I actually sell one, I expect you to buy it. Kind of joking, but not really. At least those of you who can afford it. Yes, thank you, Katie. Ukulele, please make sure you like this video on all platforms if you're watching this as a video. And if you're listening to this in audio in any way, shape, or form, or I'm finally syndicating this as a podcast as well, then still make sure you like, share, or review and give me that 5 stars if I happen to be on a podcasting platform. Did I cover news channels and how news channels can diversify their income? News channels are rough. I'll be real with you. News channels are rough. We'll just use, because he's probably, I think he's the biggest. Is Timcast the biggest? Probably.
I was at a video store, you know, one of these places where you rent the DVDs, and the person was like, well, people come down from their homes on the mountain and they rent the DVDs they have for the week and then they go home.
And again, you should study, even if you're in the news niche, don't worry about whoever's politics, just study whoever's winning. Study whoever's getting views at the time and it will come. Now, what I will say is Tim's thumbnails don't have to be good because it's Timcast, so they don't have to be good because everybody knows them. So we'll ignore their thumbnails. In terms of monetization, what they're smart about, them and Breaking Points, I actually like Breaking Points a lot, and they have good thumbnails. Breaking Points, yeah. So with Breaking Points, and they're very good, and I think they're pretty balanced. And they might be a better example of this to some degree. Both Timcast, Breaking Points, and almost all these news channels have their own website with exclusive content where they do memberships. And I believe that their memberships are $10 a month. At least they start at $10 a month. And then they have some higher VIP level. So that's actually really smart because then, unlike YouTube taking 30%, which is a lot of money, that makes practical sense. Plus, they get access to those people's direct email. And so they have that. But then they also have the live streams, and the live streams lend themselves to super chat monetizations for people who are very charged and animated and invested in the things to say their piece, have it up on their screen there or something, or at least in the chat. And so there's money in the live streams. So you have the live streams. You have the longer content, so more ad revenue, usually, believe it or not, more ad revenue, more YouTube premium revenue, because you have an older audience. A lot of them will have premium. A lot of them have the premium family plan if you have an older audience. Older audience is over 30. A lot of them have the premium plan and have the family plan for YouTube premium. So you get premium revenue, donations, AdSense. Now, news channels typically, aside from, I guess, Timcast or whatever, Timcast might have a sponsor from time to time on rare occasion, but it's a long-term partnership if they do, so they don't have to put it in every video or anything. Their main thing is their own independent website and the $10 plus a month membership there. Usually the goal for a lot of those is to get to 1,000 true fans. You get 1,000 true fans, you get $10 a month. It's $10,000 a month. If it's just you and an editor eating that money, then that's usually enough to live off of, unless you live in California or New York. Sorry, but it's true. So then there's that. A lot of them, what they will also do is they'll do a live show and then they'll cut up the live show into segments and then post those as videos. So it actually reduces the editing workload and bandwidth there. So that's actually really helpful in the business model. The other thing that the news sites, I feel, do very well is they do get people really attracted to buying those memberships. So it's usually not just 1,000 true fans for most of these. It's thousands of true fans. So it ends up being significant money a month that they don't have to split with YouTube on top of the ad revenue and the live stream donations and the premium revenue. And then if they do any long-term sponsorships, now what they do with long-term sponsorships in order to not have it affect the content in a meaningful way is they have to usually have more generic direct-to-consumer brands that are still taken seriously by adults. So a lot of those might be subscription boxes of some kind, or it might be self-care products, something to that degree. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, Snapchat is still active, and Snapchat might be more active right now, right this second. It is equal to or greater than TikTok right now, but that's because TikTok fell off. TikTok fell off hard. Hey, shout out to Genius Link. So Genius Link, who I've been doing a couple of things with, is in the chat. Genius Link, when you're doing the affiliate marketing, I'll tell you guys a hack around your brand deals and sponsorships. So with brand deals and sponsorships, by using Genius Link, even for your affiliate marketing, you get all this really great tracking data on your ability to drive traffic to something. You can use that in your pitch to brands to prove that your audience will click and support links and will go off platform. And so that can help you negotiate better brand deals because you'll be coming with some proof of your ability to drive traffic. So that's extremely convenient. And then also with Genius Link, you also get a lot of options and cool stuff you can do. And you can also generate QR codes. For those of you using YouTube Shorts who are like, but Roberto, I can't link out to affiliate links because I have YouTube Shorts. You want QR codes. And now you'll have the tracking data on the QR codes. And if you need to, for any reason, change the destination on the back end, you can. So shout out to our friends at Genius Link. They're not a sponsor, at least not yet, but hoping to do more stuff with them soon. And we were hanging out at the last conference, CEX in Ohio, and they bought a bunch of copies of my book for me to give away to people in the audience. So again, shout out to our friends at Genius Link. Also, for any brands watching, doing stuff like that is how you get goodwill from a creator. And thing is, Genius Link just got a shout out and promo on my channel during a live stream with hundreds of people watching live, thousands who are going to watch the replay, and they didn't have to pay me a dime because, one, their product is actually good, and because they actually support creators, and because when they see me at events, they don't ignore me, and they're actually nice to me, and they did nice things for my community. So that kind of thing goes a long way. They just got a free shout out worth quite a bit of money because they actually are good humans. So brands, pay attention. Just Freeman over from We Are Change says that their membership is $15. Yeah, a lot of these membership sites are $10, $15 a month, and then they have a higher VIP membership level. A lot of them do. So yeah. K Ukulele quoting me saying, "Don't worry about politics. Study who's winning is so important to any niche. Just because you don't like a creator, if they're doing better than you, study them. Why? You learn from everyone." Absolutely. Best thing I ever learned was to study bosses, even when I didn't like them. I had bosses I didn't like. I studied them, studied how they came up, studied how they. I was like, look, I don't like this person, and I don't think they're smarter than me. So why do they have more money than me? Let me figure it out. And that was a very important lesson for me to learn in my mid-20s, and it made me successful today. So a lot of times, I do think it's important to realize you can learn from other people. And if people you don't like are winning, you should probably calibrate your judgment and say, I need to be an objective and rational person, and I need to figure out why. VIP level is $99. Nice. Oh, and you add a stripped down $8 tier. Smart. That's actually really smart. Tim Poole said he recently has 50,000 true fans. So 50,000 true fans, that's a lot of true fans. 50,000 true fans. So that's got to be like 500,000 a month, and then it's taxed. So that's pretty dope. That is pretty dope. Good for him. That's dope. So so that's like a cool $500,000 a month. Good deal. Yeah, Genius Link are the goats. I appreciate them. K Ukulele says, Roberto, I feel like your bosses you don't like study could be a good subject matter. It's hard to align ourselves sometimes with what can I learn from someone I don't like. So one of the things I do as an exercise is if I actually feel I have a visceral reaction to disliking someone, I force myself to find objectively one admirable quality, trait, or good thing that I can say about them. Then I try to take that exercise further and challenge myself to find 5 qualities or admirable traits I can say about them, then I use that as a basis to realize that anyone can create value. And just because I don't agree with them doesn't mean they're not creating value for somebody, and that I share a world with the people that they create value for. So I might have to exercise some humility and try to understand that people can derive or perceive value differently than I do. And that someone who provides that will be valued and useful to somebody, and it doesn't always have to be me. And there's a great deal of humility in that exercise, and I think it's very valuable. And I think that it can help with critical thinking, objectivity, centering yourself. And then you have to consider the possibility. You always have to consider the possibility that you're wrong. You have to consider that you might be mistaking, or that you might have judged someone, misjudged someone, or judged them poorly. So you have to consider and be open to the idea that you're wrong if you want to avoid a certain level of arrogance, like genuine arrogance. A lot of people sometimes will make the mistake of thinking I'm arrogant. The word they're actually looking for is maybe conceited or haughty, but they might also probably be misjudging me even with that. So that's a possibility. I won't say that those things have never been true or never will be true, but I will say that I genuinely don't think I overestimate my ability. I think an area, if, not from what you guys deal with me on social media, I will say that I might overestimate my bandwidth in overcommitting to things, but I don't have a delusional sense of my abilities, talents, or powers. I would say it's appropriately estimated, and I think that my results merit that. All of that to say that don't make the mistake of judging only what you see when you haven't judged the things that you can't see, can't perceive, and can't know, because it leaves a lot of room for you to be wrong about things. And that's especially true if you're going to figure out business. And so that actually leads to a pivot onto another niche. So we've covered, what have we covered? What's another niche I can do? Actually, I'll look at home rapid repair, because I don't think we've really covered this niche. Then I want to move to a pets channel that I can talk about. So we'll do a pets channel.
Do you have old ungrounded outlets
in? Get us close. And then we'll do a food channel. And I think I will have covered the major niches in YouTube. So the reason I'm bringing up home rapid repair, Larry, is one, he's a great supporter of the channel, and he bought 10 channel memberships for people to be able to grab earlier today. So that was dope. Thank you, Larry. But home rapid repair is something where, one, I feel like a lot of this content lends itself very well to being monetized on Facebook, believe it or not. So I think it lends itself well to being monetized on Facebook. I think that the short form can be monetized on TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, on top of YouTube Shorts. I also think that this content, I don't think this content right now does as well as syndication in x.com, formerly Twitter, but it would do good in syndication in Facebook. So I would diversify there. Amazon affiliate marketing is an absolute must, and I would do more of it in the community tab. Community tab is underrated for this. I would be doing a lot of this cool stuff that's helpful, but I would also be doing Amazon affiliate links to tools and home improvement stuff and great deals in here. But I also would have a website and newsletter, and would be putting together deals and list around these things. Oh, I'm a DeWalt fan. Black and yellow. But yeah, I would be doing that stuff, and there'd be a massive opportunity, even with a smaller channel like this. There's a massive opportunity for the Amazon affiliate program, but I'd also be making separate independent videos on everyday products that get bought a lot on the Amazon affiliate program, and I'd be monetizing directly on Amazon's Creator Hub that way and making a lot of money. So I think Larry could do really well. Larry, I hope you're watching this or you catch the replay. This one has a lot of potential for the Amazon affiliate program. There's obviously some direct-to-consumer affiliate programs as well. And then with Genius Link, you could also link to some of the big box retailers for affiliate link commissions. So I would do that. I'd put together toolboxes on kit.co as well and link that to Amazon. So yeah, and then I'd be syndicating this in Facebook as well. I'd also probably build some kind of Facebook group or community or something that people could pay to be a part of, and where they could ask you questions very frequently and ask for tips and ask for your thoughts on things. And that could be a very cheap membership, but it could do very well. And then it could be a better cut than YouTube. So those are things to think about in a niche like this with home improvement. Let's move on to a cooking niche. So let's go to Benjamin TV. Let's go to my friend Benji Travis. We started with his wife Judy, and we're going to be getting close to wrapping up with Benji here. So Benjamin TV, it's like, this is the other side of the coin for the Travis family. And so Benji and his better half Judy have been on YouTube for about 10, 12 years together doing the vlogging stuff, but she's been on YouTube for like about 16, 17 years now. They have 4 beautiful children. Benji is a very happy girl dad, and he does tremendous cooking content and shopping vlogs, and people love it. And he's great. He has the perfect personality for this. Now, the thing is, Benji used to be a very, very successful real estate agent before being a creator. And then he was a manager for Judy on the business side before becoming a creator himself, and fell in love with it. Now, I've worked with people like Benji in the cooking niche. I worked with Flav City Bobby. You guys might know him. He's, I believe, a 1 million subscribed channel now. I've worked with like people like Flav City Bobby. Now, in this niche, obvious, of course, there are brand collaborations and brand deals, long-term and short-term. There's also, yes, Amazon affiliate revenue, especially when you consider that there's the Whole Food stuff in the Amazon Fresh delivered to your door opportunity there. But ad revenue, donations, and memberships really are the bread and butter of a lot of food-related channels until or unless you get into the cookbook side of things. So if you go into the cookbook side of things and publishing with that, especially if you self-publish with Amazon KDP, then it's a 70-30 split on royalties for your print books, your ebooks, and your audiobooks. And this could be incredibly lucrative for you. And it's long-term, and it's passive income, and more than just your audience will buy. And you can use your audience to get the initial numbers and reviews. Your audience will give you the initial numbers and reviews. Then strangers will buy as well. Those strangers can also become fans of the channel. This content also lends itself extremely well to syndication and other platforms like we talked about. So you get your AdSense revenue, your premium revenue, your donations, memberships, book sales, affiliate marketing, brand deals, but then you also get the multi-platform experience with this type of content. This kind of content also lives on evergreen forever. So it compounds views at extremely high rates. So it actually doesn't matter if your videos are bangers. The videos just compound and compound and compound and compound. So the ad revenue just goes up to the moon with this, even when you don't post for a while, because the old videos just keep getting views a lot of times. For years and years and years, even, you still get views. So again, a lot of these videos, even from years ago, there's no reason that they still wouldn't be getting views today, because again, a good recipe is a good recipe. Whether it's 3 years ago, 6 years ago, a good video is a good video. So well-produced cooking videos last and thrive on YouTube and accumulate evergreen views in perpetuity. So this can make thousands of dollars for months on end. And you can also, like I said, you can make money again syndicating it in Facebook, where it will do really well in Facebook in particular. So tremendous opportunity there. An archive like this, where there are hundreds of videos, if uploaded also to a platform like, say, Odyssey, for example, would also do well. Even the older videos. So massive potential for views and evergreen views with this type of content, and the ability to tie to brands and other experiences, especially when you combine things. This can combine food, can combine with travel and vlogs to a degree. So there's a lot of versatility within this niche, where it lends itself to a variety of brand collaboration opportunities. Also, this is not bad for growing a direct email list. And like I said, that direct email list is good for being able to do a book launch as well. So a lot of good stuff here. Spanish Blueprint says, Roberto, how long does it take to start making significant amount of money through donations? It's just the capacity to get live stream viewers that really enjoy what you do. It's due to your ability and confidence as a live streamer, the ability to possibly gamify that, but also to attract an audience that has money that they are happy to donate to people that deliver value for them. So there's not really a timetable to it. It's actually much more niche-based, audience-based, and also performance-based. Yeah, I can still cover health and fitness. And yeah, we can cover a photography channel. So yeah, we'll do a photography channel because that lets us cover tech, and we'll do a health and fitness channel. Oh, and we'll do an animation channel. We'll do an animation channel real quick, actually. So we'll do one I've worked with. I think he's retired from animation. I think he's doing other content now. But Young Don is a creator I worked with back when he did his video. I actually helped this video get retitled so that it there was a video. Which one was it? I think he might have deleted this because he went and cleaned up his channel. There was a video that he did that I helped rework the title on that really took off a while back. But with animation channels, obviously AdSense is the game. AdSense the game. Now, Young Don didn't have 35 videos. Young Don had something closer to, I want to say 150 or more videos. He used to have 150 or more videos, but he decided to delete most of his videos. And that happens sometimes. But the main thing with animation channels is support from Patreon, doing spin-offs and other things that people will support. In his case, for a while, it was his music for a while. Then vlogs, and now he's doing other things. I would say that for animation channels, it's definitely sponsorships, AdSense revenue, premium revenue, donations when you get live streams, which seems obvious, but animation channels uniquely are positioned to do merch very well. So animation channels can win on merchandise and succeed there because people become fans of it, and it is your own original IP as long as you're not using other people's characters. So that does really well. And I would also say, particularly, they have strong communities for YouTube memberships and Patreon because people understand animation, good quality animation takes time. So people really do support their favorites that way in particular. It is very hard to grow because it's very time intensive at first. You're also learning a lot of the technical and creative aspect in a different way at first. So that makes it very hard for a lot of people to be consistent and to keep that momentum going and to grow and succeed. But when they do, I would say that for animation channels, it's important to get a long-term sponsor early. If you get a long-term sponsor early, then it can kind of take care of you the way a job does. Then that means you just do a little bit of work like Uber on the side or something to make sure you always have money in your pockets. Plus your AdSense, you get to reinvest that back into the channel a bit. And that obviously helps you get speed. Speed leads to momentum. Momentum leads to subscribers, memberships, and support and donations. I would say doing weekly live Q&As as an animation channel with your community to keep them invested and keep them loving what you're doing and to show your personality can be really helpful. It also allows you to earn a little bit more money from those live streams, not only in donations, but putting more ads in that kind of content. So I would say that those become really important opportunities for animators to diversify. I think that it's very hard to take it to the level of doing something like a graphic novel or something like that. I think that's really difficult for people to pull off because there's a lot of investment that you have to make when it comes to that. And I think that can be extremely difficult. I think for that, the time turnaround is not worth it in most cases. If, and I say this, unless your community launches it for you with like a Kickstarter, right? If your community does a Kickstarter campaign where they fund you doing a comic book or graphic novel as an artist, then it becomes worthwhile. But other than that, not so much. So it's not particularly helpful in that case. What's another thought that I have around this for animation channels? From a revenue stream standpoint, for brand deals on animation channels, a lot of them get screwed over because they promise view counts on it. Never promise view counts on brand deals in general, but especially not for something like an animation channel. Go for long-term contracts. Colorful Tale says, did you cover beauty? Yes, I actually did at the very, very beginning. So you have to watch the replay. Yep. So I think we covered animation. We'll cover health and fitness. So there's a couple of people I've worked with in this niche. We'll just go with one of my favorites, Dr. Mike Diamonds, who you may or may not have heard of. So I worked with Dr. Mike Diamonds to help grow the channel to 1 million subscribers. We talked about a lot of things. For a niche like this, the real goal is obviously a couple of things. One, a back-end business that supports this is usually what you want to do. So one of the things we worked on was focusing on the channel around the idea of like losing body fat. And that was like what we crafted title formulas around. And it does really good. But sometimes this stuff gets repetitive. And sometimes with these videos, they blow up later. So this can be very good. But again, the stuff can blow up later. A lot of times it doesn't get the views right up front. But then you'll have these bangers that come out and get like 1 million views or 600,000 views. And then you have other ones. This because it's very much like the tutorial niche. And then if you do vlog type stuff, it won't perform. No matter how big you are, it's a good lesson to learn that YouTube does not care how many subscribers you have. And you can make videos with the same production value and the views will be radically different. Everything comes down to titles and thumbnails. And the thing is, the title or thumbnail is not about it even being bad. It's about it being what people want. So there is like, a lesson in that. I will tell you that good photography makes for good thumbnails. The better the photography, the better the thumbnail. And that's something that me and Mike and his team worked on. The monetization model around this, like I said, revolves around a couple of things. It's not just AdSense revenue. This one, much less so sponsors. The back-end business behind fitness channels is incredibly powerful because it lends itself to in-person coaching and training. Some people own gyms. I've worked with people who own gyms. Other people, they have online programs. And so that can be very lucrative, obviously. And then there's also affiliate revenue for a lot of the things that you might need. Smart scale, fitness trackers, weights, buying food in bulk, buying containers for meal prep, all kinds of things like that. So those things can do very well. In this niche, I would say that there is an opportunity to do brand deals, but at that point, if you have a back-end business, you don't want to necessarily promote a sponsor. When you have a back-end business, you could be promoting instead is more valuable for you. So the thing is, you make more money promoting your own business instead of somebody else's a lot of the times. So that's true for almost any other education type niche that has courses, programs, cohorts. You're better off promoting your business than somebody else's, especially on evergreen content that can do well. So I would argue that that's extremely important. Like I said, there is brand deal opportunities there if you want them. There's affiliate marketing opportunities as well, just from sheer size of audience. I would use the YouTube community tab more for that, possibly even the newsletter. And so I would be promoting the newsletter and the affiliate links in the community tab, not just in videos, or sometimes not to distract from videos. I would use the pinned comment for it as well. So those can be extremely helpful opportunities. Videos like this tend to be longer, so there's more ad revenue in them, high RPM niche, multiple ad breaks. Also, with this YouTube premium revenue increases. This doesn't lend itself as much to live streaming, believe it or not. can do shorts. This content also can and should be syndicated in Facebook for additional ad revenue. Could also do well on Odyssey. Could also do well on Rumble. This type of content, the shorts content, could be syndicated across 6 platforms like we talked about. But each of those things in syndication could also link back to either the newsletter or promoting the courses and program, or the back-end business, or the gym. So another opportunity there. Fitness, a lot of people think that there's a really great opportunity in merchandise there. There's not actually as much of one. However, there is an opportunity in developing your own physical products in a health or fitness niche. In a health or fitness niche, developing your own products matters. Merchandise, if it's motivational merchandise, could do well. Another opportunity in this niche, books. Books are a great opportunity in this niche, especially around discipline, motivation. Those can do very well. So again, tremendous opportunity. Long-term sponsorships are better for these, some type of brand ambassador deal. That way you don't have to promote nearly as heavily because it's a more evergreen situation. UGC content is good for this niche as well. And short form in this course can be syndicated in Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, and X.com, formerly Twitter. So all types of monetization opportunities there as well. So that's what I would say about the fitness niche. So I think I did cover major niches in YouTube. I don't really feel like I missed any of the major niches in YouTube. Let's see. Oh, we didn't do like a tech channel, and we did a tech/camera channel. So for a tech/camera channel, let's do CJ Knows Tech. I've worked with CJ. We could do CJ Knows Tech, or we could do Technically T. I've worked with both of them to 100,000 subscribers before. So in the tech niche, look here, a genius link for Epidemic Sound. So in the tech niche, you have the opportunity to cover a variety of different products and types of products. Some will do better than others. You got to really find your rhythm. But it also lends itself extremely well to Amazon affiliate marketing. It lends itself well to ad revenue. It's one of the better CPM-based niches as well. You also get a lot of people asking for advice via super chats and super thanks. So that can also be lucrative. Tech does well in Twitter more than it does in Facebook, believe it or not, but it can do okay in syndication in Facebook. Arguably easier to make money from it in Twitter, especially also with the affiliate marketing angle in Twitter. Community tab is great for affiliate marketing. Direct monetization on Amazon, very similar to the beauty niche. Direct monetization on Amazon for the Amazon influencer program through their creator hub. Basically doing QVC style content, telethon style content, getting those affiliate links, but also not just the live component, video edited videos on tech uploaded as product reviews and unboxing experiences for the Amazon influencer program on the creator hub in the individual product reviews. If they click on watch those reviews before buying the product, you do get commissions for it. And so for a lot of heavily volume-based items that people buy, especially in the accessories and tech niche, and especially for things like, Roombas and these, AI-controlled vacuum cleaners and smart home products can do extremely well. And so there are people making $5,000 and $10,000 a month from the tech niche through the Amazon affiliate program already. Yep, I already covered reactions, and we covered personal finance. Eric, we covered, so shout out to you, Eric. We covered the channel How Money Works, which let us cover personal finance and cover a Faceless channel. So we did that. And yes, we did a reaction channel. We did Magnify Reacts for that, and we did earlier in the stream. So yeah. So shout out to CJ Knows Tech, great tech creator. tremendous opportunity with the Amazon affiliate program. When you have so many videos that have Amazon affiliate links out there, you'd be surprised how many people are making $5,000 a month, even if you don't think they are. Even as content creators that might have 50,000, 100,000 could be making $5,000 a month from the Amazon affiliate program in the tech niche off of videos, even older videos of theirs, depending on the content. So it's a very lucrative opportunity. Obviously, it lends itself to some of the most lucrative brand deals in YouTube in terms of both short-term and long-term brand deal relationships. The tech niche is almost unparalleled with regard to that. And I've worked with a lot of people in the tech space, both on collaborations, but even in coaching. CJ Knows Tech, Terry Warfield, Technically T, C-Kid Tech, collaborated with Sarah Dici, collaborated with Marquez Brownlee, collaborated with John Prosser. So many different people in tech space love the community there. So definitely would say that that's a great opportunity. Music's the one I didn't cover. Okay, I can cover that. I think I covered most of the opportunities here around tech. I would also say that with tech, you also can do appearances and live events as well, and do trade shows. Excuse me. You do trade shows. You can do product activations on behalf of brands, product launches on behalf of brands. You can do product consulting with brands to improve products and be an advisor. Definitely great opportunities there. This is also a good reminder that I basically have worked with and helped creators in almost every major genre and niche in YouTube, at least the 15 categories that YouTube classifies. And the 15 categories that YouTube classifies basically help the creator grow to 100,000 in every one of them. And even some that didn't grow to 100,000, I've helped them get to full time. So my friend Frost FM here actually helped do ghost producing for my music channel, Zenbuster Music. And obviously with music channels, the way they grow typically is they cover other people's IP. So as you can see, Frost does nerdcore, and he does things like Undertale and a lot of popular franchises. So what he does is he gets a cover license. So a cover license, you pay up front. I think it's $15 to $20 a year for a cover license on a lot of these things per song. And so he does this and he puts some upfront money in, but then he gets to make the music and he monetizes on YouTube, but also through DistroKid to all the other platforms. And he makes a substantial living income. I'll have him on the podcast and then he can share his own numbers. I won't do that here, but he makes a substantial enough income to be a full-time creator and musician because of all the revenue he gets on Spotify from these songs. And he's happy to split that money with the original creators through the cover licenses and a royalty split, and keep his cut. And then obviously of the YouTube ad revenue and the revenue split there, but it's worth it because something is better than nothing. And he knows that getting views on original music is hard, if not impossible. So this is actually a very smart move on his part to do this. And then with this kind of thing, the views add up and up and up and up and up, and they just keep stacking. He's done 658 videos. And then, so if we look at, how many views he's got, though, he's got 11 million views with 35,000 subscribers. Now, typically, those amount of views would be enough to get you a silver play button. However, music can be fickle in the sense that a lot of people will listen to this stuff in the background and not even think about subscribing because they're just listening to it in the background for an hour. And when it's over and it plays, something else pops up in YouTube. And so they're not even worried about the subscribe button. So unfortunately, music struggles on subscribership where it might win on views for that reason. Now, obviously, because of this, merchandise is hard because you usually are winning off of somebody else's IP. Because it's music, you don't want to interrupt it with brand deals and ad reads. So that's typically out for you as well. It would have to be some kind of collaboration around a song, which is going to be very difficult in many cases. So the way you monetize this is multi-platform. it's YouTube, it's Facebook, it's x.com, and then it's obviously distributing on the audio side through DistroKid to about 15, 20 music platforms, including Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. You get the idea here. So every music platform you can, TikTok, etc., etc. It's also creating short form variants of this that can live in the other platforms. And then the goal here is actually to get people more so to Spotify to listen to the music and then get the royalties there. So, this is kind of just what you would do. So it's YouTube, Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, Deezer, Tidal, that sort of thing. So that's how the music side of YouTube works and monetizing there. Peter Hollins and John Kozar did exactly what I said. They covered music. They did cover music, and I'll bring Peter Hollins onto the podcast, but both of them will tell you that usually original music doesn't work unless you already blow up and make yourself famous. Tim Simpson, good to see you. Hey, brother, joining the late, but good stuff always. Have you covered differences in CPM in different countries? Being a creator in New Zealand, I can get higher when New Zealand targeted by advertising. I haven't covered that. I probably will talk about that in a different Monetization Monday around RPMs, but that's actually a good point that depending on where you live, the RPMs and ad revenue are different. But yeah, I basically think I did cover most of everything. Yes, I covered beauty, I covered reaction, covered animation, we just covered music, we covered DIY. We covered even health and mental health. We covered finance and money. We covered education more broadly with the history channel. We covered tech. We covered vlogging. We covered gaming. So, yeah. So, yep. And yeah, you can be using, we covered news as well. We covered nonprofit, covered all of it. Smart Money Bro says, yep, appreciate your bro to 130K, but I think I'm leaving lots of money on the table. It can always be the case. Even I'm leaving money on the table. It happens. So yeah. So I think that we covered almost every major category and the major niches and genres of YouTube over the last 2.5 hours. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I did want to cover animals and pets. That leads me to another client, actually. We'll do McCann dog training. So McCann dog training. And the head of marketing over there, Ken Steep, who's married to the daughter of the family for the McCann family for McCann Dog Training up in Canada, the largest dog training center in the world. I started working with them when they were under about 100,000 subscribers. This is way before the pandemic. This is back in 2017, 2018, I think. We'll cover plants and gardening. I got a great channel for that. And that'll probably be the last one. So this will be the last two. So dog training is another one of those evergreen niches. And in this case, if it's pet related, it could be dog training, it could be pet training, it could be a pet shelter, it could be a pet store, it could be aquarium. I actually helped an aquarium channel get to 100,000. It could be any number of things like that. One of my favorites is Canada Fire Ants. I'm very invested in watching that channel for some reason. But with this, a lot of the content, because it also lends itself to almost being tutorial content, is evergreen in nature. And so it's incredibly powerful in terms of its capacity to keep getting views long term, keep getting views over and over again in the long term, years and years and later on the same videos. And this is part of what helps a channel get to 1 million subscribers is when you have outliers like this. They're evergreen videos that people can watch 5 years later and still get value. So it's incredibly compelling in that way. So in a situation like this, the physical business is obviously one of the big plays here. But then also that physical business expanded, and we talked to Ken about this, and introduced them to the idea of digital products, I think in 2018, 2019. And that was right on time because then they got to launch digital products right before the pandemic. And so when the pandemic would have otherwise affected the business, it didn't, especially with Canada with the lockdowns, because the digital business was able to offset it. So that was incredible and great for them. Ken's, a brilliant marketer, great guy. I'm happy to have him in the academy as an alumni. And one of the cool things about this is that you get to make physical products as well as digital products. So the thing is, you can make your own physical products in the pet niche for things that people want to get that help their pets. So you can make products that improve the lives of pets and pet owners. So that becomes a great idea there. Then there's obviously the ability for digital products as well. Obviously, ad revenue does well for this sort of things, but short form can do extremely well. And then short form around pet content does extremely well, often goes viral, getting millions of views, hundreds of thousands of views. And so anything pet related can definitely be done in shorts. And then through the shorts, that gets syndicated in Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, and X.com, formerly Twitter. So then there's more revenue to be made that way. So I would argue that it's extremely powerful and lucrative to be able to do that. The affiliate revenue from Amazon is very strong in the pet niche, but don't leave out direct to manufacturer affiliate marketing. And again, those 10 and 15% coupon codes for your audience, that can also be incredibly powerful and compelling for people. So definitely an opportunity there. What else can I say about this? Brand deals. If your business is lucrative enough, you don't really want to dilute it with brand deals. If you can avoid it, you would promote your own company instead and be your own brand deal, so to speak. You do your own brand deal. So that's what you would do in this niche. So shout out to Ken and the team at McCann Dogs. Now, in plants and gardening, we want to go with becoming a farm girl. So we're going to go with Cassandra, another student of Awesome Creator Academy. I remember when Cassandra came to us, she had less than 100,000 subscribers. And so she just recently got her silver play button, but she's still blowing up. We also helped coach her for a course launch, which is doing well. So with the planting and gardening niche and the homesteading niche, opportunities obviously lend themselves to Amazon's affiliate program, direct affiliate program with coupon codes, brand deals, brand ambassadorships, but also membership communities and online courses. Membership communities, online courses, but also to self-publishing and books. This worked for one of my clients, Living on a Dime. Living on a Dime, they do a great YouTube channel. They do live streams a lot. They get donations. But they also have their own cookbooks and they self-published. And so they get majority of the royalties on that. And like I said, the royalties, when you do self-publishing, Amazon KDP, 70-30 split, 70 to the creator on that, 30 to Amazon after cost. So print on demand publishing with Amazon, very lucrative opportunity. I did my book as a print on demand self-published book with Amazon. The royalties are fantastic on that, as long as you can actually sell. As long as you can actually sell and you have an audience that likes your book. So you go in that direction. So Cassandra, she does a great job, does very well with ad revenue. Also getting some shorts content. Syndication is something that we've talked about. She's going Instagram and Facebook right now with that. But I think TikTok and Snapchat are next, and that could do very well. So you definitely want to take advantage of short form when it comes to that. Short form in this niche can blow up, and it can be pretty good. Now, it's hit or miss. Now, when you're just starting out with them, obviously, your first couple of shorts, might take a while to get some traction. Some people shorts blow up, some people don't. Now, with the regular content, when the regular content's doing really good like this, I think that syndicating it in Facebook and X.com is a really good idea, especially when you can use your old inventory. When you have dozens or hundreds of videos that are really good, you can use your old inventory and you can syndicate that in these other platforms and make money from it again. So I would do that. Then on top of that, I would combine that with the affiliate links for Amazon to get money off of that. If people like what they see enough to say, I want to take action, how do I get some of these materials, or what do I do? Use the affiliate links. So that's something I would take advantage of. If you're going to do the manufacturer affiliate links, then use Genius Link. Go back to those people with the data from Genius Link and then try to get better brand deals out of them, because you have data that shows that you are a good affiliate. So not just the dashboard's numbers, but you could also check the affiliates against your Genius Link and see if the dashboard numbers match your numbers, to see if they're not, screwing you on the affiliate side. So you want to do that. Amazon influencer program, not just for the affiliate links, but on the Amazon website as well for those videos. Great opportunity there, especially in the plants and homesteading niche, gardening, those things. They get a lot of people looking at them and looking for video reviews. You can get the commissions on the video reviews, and people sleep on that. So it's a huge opportunity. This Amazon influencer program thing, I need to do a whole stream about it, because people are sleeping on the Amazon influencer program. They don't understand all the opportunities that there are to monetize around the Amazon influencer program when you can do video reviews directly on Amazon, and they don't understand the money in the Amazon live streaming program. People really are just so obsessed with ad revenue that they're passing over dollars to pick up pennies. You're passing over dollars, tens of dollars, hundreds of dollars to pick up pennies on views, when these commissions are sick. These commissions are tremendous. You could be sitting here getting $10, $20 commissions per sale, and you're worried about a tenth of a penny per view on YouTube. So the potential on the influencer marketing side of Amazon and the affiliate program is a very lucrative thing that you can be doing. YouTube has opened up YouTube shopping affiliate as well for tagged products. That can be good in a niche like this, but you do have to have over 10,000 subscribers and live in the United States right now. The program is not opened up to a variety of other countries just yet. So, yep. So there you go with that one. Full of Grace says, Roberto, thanks for your contribution. My channel's reels are popular, but I'm unsure whether to prioritize them over long form content. Advice. If they're popular, also distribute those in Snapchat and Facebook. If they're doing good in Instagram, YouTube, put them in TikTok, Snapchat, and Facebook as well. So double dip, on the monetization. I love the double dip on the short form. If the long form is doing well, try for Bible related stuff. Try syndicating it in Facebook as well. That's actually probably going to be more of your people. So try syndicating in Facebook. But if the short form is doing really well, you could keep trying with long form, but I would prioritize what's good doing well, because then you just have more attention. More attention's more opportunity. So that's what I would say about that. So again, shout out to Cassandra, another awesome Creator Academy Pro member. Congrats. Let's see. Yep. So yeah, I think with that, I probably have finally covered the major niches. I think I've covered the business model. And like I said, you see now that it's diversification in everything. It's okay. It's not YouTube memberships or Patreon. It's both. Just upload the content in both places. Let people choose their own adventure. It's not, oh, should I be on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Wherever they monetize you, the answer is yes. It's not just, oh, do I worry about live streaming on YouTube or Twitch? It's YouTube and Twitch and Kick.com and X.com, formerly Twitter, and Rumble if you can manage it, and Instagram and LinkedIn, and it's everywhere you can. So the live stream, same answer. Then on top of that, it's like, okay, it's not just Amazon affiliate. It's also other big box affiliates. Best Buy, if you're in tech, B&H Photo Video, whoever. And then direct to manufacturer and get a 10 or 15% coupon for your audience out of it. So direct to manufacturer, of course, and track it all with Genius Link and use that tracking data to upsell the brand deals. And don't just get one brand deal one time. Get long-term brand deals and get it with multiple brands. Scale. So Again, and then you can also sell them on your multiple platforms, and then you can have more than one opportunity. So you just keep going with this thing, and then you have multiple revenue streams, multiple platforms. Any of these platforms could be paying you. So get all of them to pay you, even if it's something. If it lends itself to it, distribute the content in audio form. If it fits, you do it in audio form as well. And then that's more affiliate links out there. It's more audio. You can sell sponsorships on the audio downloads too, and it can be separate, and it can be an ad insert. Some of those places do it with ad revenue. You grow your email list. My ConvertKit email list. ConvertKit has an ad revenue program, so I get ad revenue. It's not a lot of money, but it's something. They have a tip jar. For anyone who wants to tip on the newsletter, it's there. I just need to remember to put the link in from time to time for the tip jar. So it's ad revenue, it's tip jar. You can have a paid newsletter. There's a sponsorship network. There's the paid referrals, which is basically almost like an affiliate program. So there you go. And then you can still drop your own affiliate links in there. You could have, you can get your own sponsors if you don't want to use sponsor network. So there's like 5 ways right there to monetize an email list. And that's it. You could have a book on top of that, and then you can plug your book in your email list. So you've got all that. You could sell direct products. You could sell your membership. You could sell your coaching. You could sell your courses if you have those. Sell your merchandise if you don't have those. And it's not just, oh, do I go with Teespring? Do I go with Fourth Wall? Do I go with Spreadshop? The answer is yes. Put your merch everywhere and put it in Merch by Amazon. Put it everywhere. Sell your merch on all the print-on-demand platforms that cost you $0 up front, because it costs you $0 and someone could find it and buy it. So you do all of it. You do all of it. So in that regard, you have these multiple opportunities, 0 cost up front, and you're monetized across multiple platforms by multiple means. So you just keep doing it. And then if you make enough content, and if it's evergreen content, then it has the opportunity to scale all these opportunities in perpetuity. And this is how it all works. And this is how it all comes together, and so on and so on and so forth. And if it works out and it makes you an authority in your thing or in your niche, or God forbid you actually had social proof in the real world and were an authority to begin with, it even scales that and builds the personal brand out. And then that leads to more opportunities, and it can then lead to back end relationships. You start to feel like you're not making enough money on the influencer side. You don't go back to the day job. You go and you work with one of the brands that sponsored you, and you become the head of influencer marketing, or you become a social media manager, and you take the salary, and you still get to create on the side. That's it. So that's how this actually works. And now you can never say that no one ever explained it for your niche, because unless you're doing something really crazy, hyper specific, in which case that's more of a one-on-one coaching call anyway. I've probably covered the major niches in YouTube at this point. I really have. I really have covered almost everything that I think. And yeah, TikTok's probably going to go away in like a year, but if you can, you might as well make money on it now. But that's why I would say not rely on it. This is why my strategy is platform agnostic. My strategy is you post everywhere, and if something goes away, it's not the most tragic thing that ever happened. Yes, of course you'll be sad. Of course you'll be upset. But if you're also posting everywhere, if something happens and the audience knows it, they're going to know how to jump ship and get to you if they want to support you. And if that platform is going away, then all that means is people are going to consolidate their platforms. A lot of them with TikTok are already using Instagram because it's their social currency, and it's probably their dating app. And a lot of them are probably using YouTube for something, because the biggest creators in the world are there, and it's the new television. So there's no way that all they consume is TikTok. They have to at some point be on Instagram, because when somebody meets them, they're going to look like a crazy psychopath if they're not on Instagram. It's going to be a red flag. So it's their social currency. And there's almost no way they're not on YouTube. So in that particular case, if TikTok is going away, which I think it is, which I might cover in a video at some point, probably about why TikTok deserves its downfall. Because I think they were screwing creators over anyway. I think they were inflating views, in my opinion. Yeah, so if TikTok goes away, all it means is that viewers consolidate into YouTube and Instagram. If creators are smart and have been building their platforms and being agnostic, then they will win. It'll suck, but they should be pivoting those relationships anyway. It's just good business. So I'm here to be about business. I'm not here to be sentimental. And sure, but even with the years of legal challenges, if it survives or whatever, that's years of uncertainty for creators, which means they have no business with being loyal. Not to mention that there are things that the platform can do that can alienate viewers. Viewers can get upset, users could get upset, and then decide that the viewers could decide that they feel some kind of way about TikTok, and then it doesn't matter whether it's around or not. And as it is, the platform has fallen off. The platform was beating Google for #1 in traffic. Now it's not even in the top 20 in traffic anymore. So, and then they're pissing everyone off with TikTok Shop and with all these Temu knockoff and Shein knockoff products and all of this fast fashion. People are upset, genuinely. People don't like it. And the algorithm ain't what it used to be. So, like, a lot of people are upset, and not just creators and not just people who hated TikTok to begin with. A lot of viewers feel some kind of way, and they're not supporting the platform the way they used to. And now you see this trend where they're blocking celebrities, and celebrities were driving the most traffic. If everyone's going to block all these celebrities who were driving the most traffic, then the traffic's going to decline even more. It's going to decline even more. So there is a lot. And then a lot of the creators are complaining, well, I didn't get paid, or I got shadow banned, or, oh, they screwed me over when they moved to the creativity program and shut down the creator fund. There are a lot, or, oh, with the music deal with Universal Music Group, even though that's back on, a lot of those creators already deleted their the content, so it doesn't help them. So there's a lot of these things with TikTok that went sideways for creators. Why am I telling you, oh, multi-post to all the platforms, including there? Because right now, if you can get paid, do get paid until it's gone. But also build that audience and then port it back over to one of your other platforms that you were also growing with the same content. So it's just the having an exit strategy. It's just milking the platform while it's still around, and then having an exit strategy and having a lifeboat on the way out. That's all. So it's just, for me, it's practical. For me, now again, I don't post to it like that. You know, I have like my 5 or 6 videos I did like before the pandemic or whatever, and that's it, because I don't really mess with them. I don't like them. I deleted it from my phone a long time ago. Like, I mean, as you can see, even with YouTube, if you guys saw earlier, I don't even turn the algorithm on for my main channel for me to consume. I just use it to manage my YouTube channel. If I want to watch content, I watch it from like the account from like the Zenbuster music channel. I'll watch stuff from there, but I don't watch stuff and have the algorithm tracking me on my main channel anymore that I'm logged into. I try to only watch things intentionally. So it's whatever I'm subscribed to and when I searched for. And when I want to study the algorithm, I log into one of my other accounts and I'll study the algorithm. But I don't want to be promoted to in a certain way anymore, because like the pandemic, there's so much stuff with the pandemic, and I got so depressed during the pandemic. I don't want algorithms influencing me if I can help it anymore. So I actually try to turn off the algorithms, and I try to put things like in chronological order. And then when I want to study algorithms, I do it intentionally, and then I log into a different account to study algorithms. But I do not sit there, and I will not be a consumer of the algorithm anymore. Because for me, it's not healthy. That's me. Anybody else can do it, but like I'm just like, nah, not healthy for me. Not me personally. So I'm happier. I'm happier without an algorithm. I'm happier without an algorithm, I'll tell you that. So, and I'm happier with having 100 words muted in Twitter and 500 accounts blocked or something. So like I'm happier. But yeah. So again, I think it's entirely possible that TikTok might be around via legal battles, but that's not a great certainty for a creator to live by. Shout out to ConvertKit, though. I love ConvertKit. I think newsletters are going to become very popular for creators in times of uncertainty. I think it's always smart. I think it's a great monetization opportunity. So, yeah, but I think that's it for tonight. We're running up on the 3-hour mark. Yep. Yeah, I definitely feel more balanced. I feel better for sure. But anyway, shout out to our friends over at Streamyard for sponsoring today's Monetization Monday. Appreciate them letting us live stream on multiple platforms, including Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube.com, Twitch.com, X.com, formerly Twitter, and Kick.com, with more coming soon. Thank you to our friends over at OpusClip for letting me repurpose these live streams across multiple platforms. And shout out to our friends at Kajabi for helping me host the Awesome Creator Academy Pro Group. If you haven't joined and become a member, you should definitely check it out. Look at awesomecreatoracademy.com. Link is in the description, but I'm also going to throw it here in the chat for all of you. So just go check out awesomecreatoracademy.com. Some of the channels that we looked at were actually members or did one-on-one coaching with me. So make sure you check that out. So shout out to all of our Academy Pro Group members in the chat as well. So yeah, thank you to Kajabi for helping us build online businesses so we don't have to be digital sharecroppers forever and always split 30 and 50% of our revenue. So there is that. So that's it for Monetization Monday. Hopefully I'll see you guys again for Workshop Wednesday and FAQ Friday. We usually do this about somewhere between 6 and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Try to go for about 2 hours, 3 hours, only 1 hour if I'm really tired. So we try to do that. We're going to end the evening with the trailer for my book. Audio version's coming soon. I know I've been way behind the audio version, but rest in the voice. But we'll end with the book trailer until I come out with a new outro or something. Other than that, stay awesome. And I will see you guys again for Workshop Wednesday and FAQ Friday. I finally did it. I finished my book, Create Something Awesome, How Content Creators Are Profiting from Their Passion in the Creator Economy. The book is available now in paperback and in Kindle, where you can read it on any e-reader or device. And I'm really excited about this. The audiobook is coming soon, probably October 2022. Oh my God, it's so great to be able to have this book done, put it up on the bookshelf, and to know that all of you who appreciate it, you want to hear what I have to say about the creator economy, becoming a full-time content creator, and what the experience and lifestyle of being a content creator actually is like. This is the book. I put 20 chapters in here of the most important things I think that content creators could be focusing on today. I talk about the mental health aspect of being a content creator, getting discouraged, imposter syndrome, not charging what you're worth, and mostly actionable advice around monetizing your content properly, but also how to build an audience on your authenticity and what it's really like to start from zero, even today. So if you're interested, make sure you're checking out the book. You can order it on Amazon. You also probably order it in a lot of other places like Barnes & Noble, and it will be coming to other bookstores soon. Really excited about it. Thank you for all the support and love around the book and the positive reviews. Now go ahead and pick it up and make sure you go out there and create something awesome today. Take care.